Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Hilton Moore Oval at East Gosford on a balmy day. Another hot one here today, but it's a pleasure to be back here at a ground that was out of action for the whole of the 2015 season due to being resurfaced, and it looks an absolute picture. And we're here today to watch the reigning premiers, Terrigal Avoca, take on arch rivals Killarney Vale in a game that pretty important for Killarney Vale. They lost a narrow one to Warners Bay last week. Terrigal Avoca started with a good win against Nelson Bay. So it's a ground in great condition. Very bit warm again today. And joining me in the commentary today is, of course, Dave Redden. Dave, welcome to Hilton Moore Oval.
Good afternoon, Gary. Great to be here. The ground looks magnificent. Looking forward to a good day's footy.
Yeah, we certainly are. And look, both sides are in pretty good shape at the moment team-wise. Killarney Vale, a very young side. And look, we're just going to do a quick interview here with the coach of Killarney Vale, Scott Reid. Scott, welcome to the coverage, mate.
Yeah, thanks. Good to be here.
Mate, the Bombers today, okay, missing a few key players, an opportunity for young blokes to stand up?
Yeah, that's it. The boys out there, we've got a really young side, so it's their chance to put their hand up and say that they deserve to be out there and playing today.
What can we expect from the Bombers play-wise?
Look, we're just going to try and put as much pressure on Terrigal as we can. Everyone knows it. They're a great side and they're good at attacking, so, you know, we're going to try and shut that down the best we can.
Right, a young bloke, young Will Broadbent making his debut, a real talented young bloke.
Yeah, we're really excited for him. You know, he shows a lot of upside, so hopefully he can put his hand up today and go really hard and, you know, give me a reason to make sure he's in the side next week.
Good on you, Scott. All the best today, mate. Thank you. Okay, thanks very much. There's Scott Reid from Killarney Vale there. As we just have a quick look at the teams. We haven't got the teams there, but just quickly, a couple of changes from last week there, Dave. For Terrigal Avoca, we've got Brandon Thomas, a recruit from Melbourne. He's in the side. Also coming in is Pete Van Dam, the veteran for Terrigal Avoca. Out of the side goes Gavin Kirkman, who's got a concussion from last week, and Jared Warren, who was omitted. For Killarney Vale, in comes Will Broadbent, Trent Debnam, and also we've got Jordan Carrick. Out goes Justin Lloyd, Scott Reid, and Ryan Barrett. So, look, what are you expecting today, Dave?
I'm expecting Killarney Vale to come out very hard. They must have been a touch unlucky last week in just going down to Warners Bay. Terrigal Avoca will be chock full of confidence, especially coming back here, Gary, for the first time in 18 months. So looking forward to a really good game of footy in ideal conditions. And our umpires today, Gary, our field umpires, Ashley Borg, Jake Bateman and Ryan Stanton. Our boundary umpires are Colin Goodenough and Andrew Spring. And our goal umpires, John Sullivan and Jody Jackson. Gary?
Thank you very much, Dave. We're almost underway here. Terrigal Avoca in their red, white and black white back strip, and they will be kicking to the right of screen. Killarney Vale in the Bombers outfit, the black and the yellow, the red stripe, black and yellow, always think about that. Ashley Borg throws the ball up in the air and away we go. Red head up against Polgrave. Mitford's first touch there for Killarney Vale. He's going to be awarded a free kick for high contact. No, free kick looks like it's going to go to Josh Mifsud. So the midfielder, representative midfielder, will be a key player today for the Bombers. He plays out quickly. They swing it out wide, out there in the direction there of Wilson. He goes long down there. In there is Brendan Lewis, the skipper for Killarney Vale, marking on the half-forward flank. A key player, missing a number of big-name players, the Bombers. No Rick White, no Sean Sinclair, no Corey Shackleton. So Lewis looks in the centre there, a big pack of players. Webster punches from behind. Dane Amity, the veteran for Killarney Vale, gets it, goes one way. A quick handball off it comes to Debnam, but leading out there, going back there was Harper. He drops that, he has a bit of a fumbles, 2, 3, 4 goes. Good pressure coming in there, out there by the Killarney Vale forward lines. Jay Lewis to Harper now. On the right boot goes, out there and finds Jack Grimman. On the half-back flank for Terrigal Avoca. So Grimman called to play on there. He's going to look to go inboard. A dangerous kick coming in there. And a good strong mark taken in the centre by Maxie Mumford for the Killarney Vale Bombers. Bryce Singleton makes a lead. He's going to be his target. He's there with Hart. Up goes Singleton. Big grab. Can't get his hands on it. Goes over the back. Going to be a free kick paid against Singleton. It's going to be paid to Hart. So Hart's going to chip it straight across there to Harper. He's had a couple of touches early. In the back pocket he goes. He chips it out wide. Straight away to Webster, who started in fantastic style. Off across to his mate there in Jay Lewis. On the right boot he goes. A spearing pass in there. Great mark taken there by Pete Van Dam. Gets a quick handball coming out. But they've got the numbers back there of Killarney Vale. And Trent Debnam's going to pick it up. He has a bounce on the far side of the ground. Seems like another suburb out there, Dave.
Gee, it's a long way away.
But we've got Bar TV, so they bring you closer than anybody else we know. It's Killarney Vale. Get a hurry kick coming into the forward line again. Terrigal, Avoca have got the numbers, however, come back there. Amity up against 1, 2, 3 it is. And Harper's going to pick it up for Terrigal, Avoca. In short to Pete Van Dam. First game of the year, missed last week through suspension from the grand final. Van Dam through centre half back. Kicks it along to half forward. Up go the big flies. Kingston can't take the mark. Goes out there, Grimman in a foot race out there now with Mansfield. Boundary line's pretty close. I reckon the boundary line's miles away from where we are. That would be 300 metres, I reckon, Dave. Can you see that far?
175, I think, Gary.
175? When I was at school, mate, 200 metres, that seemed only half that distance. But anyway, they throw the ball in the air. They're going to come back there now. Out it comes this time to White, and it's going to be a hurry kick out of bounds on the full.
Pressure's on at the start of the game, Gary. Get Killarney Vale right in it, up and about straight away.
Very impressive, Killarney Vale, the young blokes there. They've moved the ball forward quite well there.
Grimmon's been notable for Terrigal, Avoca as well, continuing on from his form from last week.
He was very good last week, wasn't he?
Outstanding.
Right, so it's going to be Debnan for the Killarney Vale Bombers out in front of the Terrigal Avoca faithful out there. He's going to go in short looking for Redhead. He drops an easy mark he should have taken. Now he's under real pressure. Going to be penalised for holding the ball. Should have been penalised for holding the ball. But umpire Ryan Stanton gives him the benefit of the doubt. We're only a few minutes into the game, so we'll give him that little benefit of the doubt there. But no scorers yet. Big clash between the two Central Coast rivals. A great, fantastic boundary throws. Up they go again. Redhead in battle there with Polglaze. Polglaze lays the tackle there, and it's going to be another ball up. So the ground looks a picture. Certainly better than where it used to be. Dave, you probably wouldn't have remembered it.
No, Gary, being new, I've heard quite a few stories.
Yes, as Aaron Redhead's going to get a free kick in there. Josh Polglaze going up with his boot in the ruck. So Redhead's going to take a free kick on the far half-back flank. He looks to go in short. Good lead coming there by Mifsud. He takes the mark. Polglaze stands the mark pretty well. Good lead coming up there from Oosterhouse, but he ignores it. Now looks to go across field, looking for Brendan Lewis, and Lewis takes the mark. Handball quickly to Redhead. The big ruckman showing good poise and good versatility there. It's going to be hands in the back. Free kick's going to go the way there of Bryce Singleton. No, that was a very good... I'm not sure taking the ball there was the right move there by Greentree. I think you go back and... They don't have to rush things, Killarney Vale. They need to maintain, and they've done it very well. They need to really make every possession's like gold to them. As Bryce Single on the left boot, he goes, look for Amity, and a great pass. Oh,
wow.
Play on, didn't play that. He should have made it was a chest mark, shouldn't have played that. As Van Dam's going to get a wasted opportunity there for Killarney Vale as Billings clears the ball back from half back. Goes over the head there of Darling, but Mifsud's going to be first one back there for Killarney Vale. On the right boot he goes, a bit of underground pass, going to find Mumford. He tries to do a fend off there on Alexander White. He's going to be penalised for holding the ball. Good strong tackle there by Alexander White, the Subway player of the match last week, Dave.
He was indeed, Gary.
And he said a spearing pass in there, looking for Kingston. Can't take the mark, but roving that one there well in the back.
Surely in the back.
And that's going to be a free kick's going to go there to Sam Ellis. They call play on, do they? Well, that'd be a wasted opportunity if they have. All they have through for a behind.
Wow.
First score. You really have to question that, don't you, Dave? When a bloke's got a free kick 25 metres out directly in front and you're snapping the ball around your body.
Go back and take the kick, Gary.
Exactly right. Anyway, we're going to bring the ball back in there. It's going to be Wilson who's going to bring it in. Goes in short there. Angus Darling spoils it on the mark. They could turn this one over there as he picks it up. Handball back to Grimman. Grimman tries one to get a kick away. Oh, high tackle's been paid by Jake Bateman, and very lucky there. Poor bit of play there from the kick in, and Grimman there going for a bit of an Academy Award.
Gold logie for that, I think,
Jake
Gary.
Bateman didn't fall for that one though, and it's going to be Jack Grimman who's going to go back on a fairly tight angle, but only about 10 metres out from goal. He's hit that on the fat side of the ball, and that's gone out of bounds. That's missed the goal by a good 10, 15 metres. So
yes,
still
Gary.
No score, Dave?
No. Yes, there was a single behind earlier,
Oh,
Gary.
sorry. Good. That's why you're here, mate. You always come up with picking me up on my mistakes, which there are plenty. But anyway, we're going in the back flank now. It's Aaron Redhead again. Started very well, the youngster. He looks in short out there, but a good, strong mark. I think that's taken out there. Might have been... is that White again, is it? He goes in there long. Grimmon's his target there. They're going back. Brendan Lewis, a good, strong mark. Gee, I like him as a player. One of the best players in the competition. Spreads it out wide with a hand to Brad Edwards. He started last week for the Bombers. It goes in there now as Devon's going to get it. He's been very good early, very prominent. He kicks it up, bit and up and under. So there's going to be him and Ben Lamb go for the ball. It's going to be a free kick though. Paid the way of Trent Devon. A bit careless there by Ben Lamb. And right on centre wing. A very good. Looks to going short there now, but Jay Lewis can't take the mark there under pressure from Mumford. He goes on the ground. Good handball out. Quickly comes to Oosterhoff. Oosterhoff goes in short there, and Greentree takes the mark for Killarney Vale. Gets the handball. Swings out wide. Left boot kick in there. Finds Singleton. Very good kick there. That time coming from Mansfield. And Bryce Singleton marks just inside the 50. It'll take a good kick, but he is a good player, Bryce Singleton. Played in their grand final side in 2014. Missed last year, but good to see him back. A very talented forward for the Bombers.
He'll probably kick this from right on 50, looking where the mark is there, Gary.
Yeah, he certainly will be a good kick. Probably with a little bit of a breeze behind him. Kicks on the right, but coming round nicely. They're going to get there just on the narrow side as we've got a
tent malfunction.
Bit of a tent malfunction. And we just lost our tent there, so a bit of a marquee flying around. So while they chased that, good work there by Alex Bailey. He's taken his first mark for the day. It was a marquee, however. But we'll keep with the action here as Brendan Lewis handballs it inside to Wilson. Wilson there tries to break a tackle, but it's going to be intercepted this time by Alexander White. He gets on that right boot, goes towards half foot. They've got the numbers back there, and once again it's going to be there taken by Brendan Lewis as the men retrieve the marquee. I hope we've got that on tape, because that'll be very good for the blooper tape. As Mifsud goes out wide. They've got numbers there. Mansfield should have went for the ball, but he allows it to go through there now for Singleton. On the left boot he goes toward the vacant goal square. It's going to sit up there for Oosterhoff. He can't take it though, and the ball's going to go out of bounds for a boundary throw in. 2 metres around from the behind post. Thanks very much, guys. That's fantastic work down there.
Gary, you wouldn't believe it. Exactly the same thing happened to us at Mount Gambier in January that with tent malfunction. So I've seen that actually happen before. Well,
mate, I thought you would have been a bit quicker off the mark then, so you knew it was going to happen. Boundary throw there. Colin good enough. Throws it to short throw in there. Tapped it back. There it's going to go to Jay Lewis. He's going to handball it out there now in the direction of Corbin Bond. Bond goes in there looking for Thomas, but he can't get him, so it's going to be intercepted there now by the Bombers, and in they come again. Impressive start by Killarney Vale. Impressive start by Brendan Lewis, who plays on quickly and gets it in there, and a good mark taken in there by Ben Simpson. Probably a little bit too far out to score, probably 30, 35 metres. He's going to center the ball. Singleton's his target, so is Redhead, and a strong mark by the Bombers' ruckman. Certainly an impressive start by Aaron Redhead.
Yes, and a smart kick centering play there. He didn't go for the glory. He put it into the hot spot, and now a chance right in front, Gary, probably about 35, 40 metres out, I reckon. Yeah, probably at the most. He'll probably kick it from there. But directly in front. He's a ruckman, Gary. He's got every chance. Probably kicking into the slight breeze there now, just by looking at that with the old grass trick. So Redhead comes in, strikes the ball, looks pretty good. He gives the fist pump there. And that is a fantastic play there by the Bombers. And look, they've got the first goal of the day, and you would have to say, David, that is well deserved. Absolutely. They've been on top of Terrigal Avoca to start the game. They're all over the place. Their followers are in good nick, and their backmen have been very good. So, terrific start. Yeah, really, really good work there by Aaron Redhead. As we just have a quick look at the replay there. He's in a really good set shot for goal. Yep, there it is. Beautiful finish. Well done, Aaron Redhead. He certainly started very good. So, we've been playing. How long have we been going for, Dave? Just over about 10 and a half minutes, Gary. 10 and a half minutes, and they would certainly have the better of the play, and they currently lead 1-1-7. Or no, 1 straight 6, sorry, to 1 behind. As Fleming gets the ball out, centre clearance for Terrigal Avoca. As Angus Darling leads there in the race for the ball, but good pressure coming there from Michael Forster. The defence is held up pretty soon. Gets a handball back in the Jared Taylor direction. Fumbles the ball at a crucial time, however, which enables Terrigal Avoca through Darling to get a handball in a dangerous area right in front of goals. Taken out there, Wilson, tackled by Webster. They're working very hard to get in there. Off the boot it comes there that time by Lockie Head. Up and under. Good mark taken on, but not 10 by Ellis. Out of bounds. A hurry kick. It's going to be out of bounds on the full. Once again, the Killarney Vale Bombers defence standing tall. Indeed. Looking very solid, and Terrigal Avoca have to come up with some answers shortly. Only early in the day. It's just, look, it's been a good start by Killarney Vale, certainly is. They've got to be able to maintain it, though, and that's the thing. As it goes over the back there now, it's Corbin Bond's going to get it for Terrigal Avoca, but his handball smothered there by Simpson, so they come in again. Redhead puts his head over the ball, tackled by Pete Van Dam. He's going to be rewarded with a boundary throw-in out the far side of the ground. No, it's going to be a ball up by Ryan. I saw the boundary umpire coming. I think that's getting a little mixed up there. There's a white line they've got marked around the boundary, which is for the juniors, and the darker one is for
the scenes. But Jay Lewis, he's going to go back on the familiar right foot. Looks to go inboard, but he only finds his redhead. He takes the mark. Handball off quick and away they go again. A hurried left boot kick, but it's not going to favour the forwards down there. It's going to allow Harper plenty of time there at fullback. Good chasing and pressure there by Singleton. Back to Hart. Singleton lays 2 tackles in a row. Harper's now, he's under pressure. It's coming in to give a hand was Mansfield. His kick goes over the head of Simpson's. Going to fall all right there as Alexander White comes in for Terrigal Avoca. On the right boot, comes in there now and find a good stable pair of hands there in Jared Flint. Right at centre half back. He then moves around onto the right boot, kicks it long out to the wing. Webster's going to be his target. Up he goes, under pressure there. Well done by Amity. Gets a handball back. They got the numbers, Killarney Vale. Short kick goes in there now, looking in the direction of Carrick, and he takes the mark half right on the point of the centre square. He'll be 65 metres out from goal. Looking for the handball, Amity, but he goes in short for a lead there. Looking that time for, that might be Mansfield, but he couldn't take the mark. Handball by Sarich, goes to nobody in particular, it's Amity to pick it up. He handballed it back to Mansfield, a hurried left boot, goes into the dangerous area, numbers there, Redhead's there, Singleton's there, falls out the back, Redhead goes one way, tries to brush 2 tackles, handballs it off, they got numbers as Bishop, handballs it out to Lewis, Lewis on the right boot, he's had a bit of it so far, Polglaze is his target, up against him there, however, he's Cartwright, but going back there is Farquhar, but a good smother off the boot, enables Cartwright to go in, he gets it in front there, gets a quick handball back out, bit of a throw out there, but Mifsud's going to come in there. He's tackled by Van Dam. They've got the numbers this time. Have Terrigal Avoca's. Lachlan White gets it. They're out there now. Goes in the direction of Flint. Right boot. Kicks it out there for Kingston. He can't take the mark. The ball hits the deck. He's there. He's holding the ball. Is going to go against him. That is great play there. That time, I think that might have been, that's Wilson. It's going to be a 50-metre free kick there because they didn't give the ball back. But that's good play by the defence.
Was indeed. Good passage of play. Really tough football, actually. Really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, they certainly are. They're just going in there. They're winning the one-on-one battles and getting numbers to the ball, Dave.
They certainly are, and Webster's been quiet so far. So's Kingston, actually.
That was Will Broadbank, the youngster. They're not his best kick, but certainly was a good bit of play there on Kinks. He's got a hard match up there against the former West Australian star. As Jay Lewis goes in short there now to Bishop. The coach, one goes through his lane, very uncharacteristic. Everything's a bit of a rush at the moment for Terrigal Avoca, but in the hand of Webster from a handball from Sarich. He'll try and settle it down a little bit, but the kick's not the best. Overrunning the ball there is going to allow Walker to get in, but going back there is Brad Edwards. Back to Amity. The experienced players are going to come back. Ben Land steals it away. Gets it on the left boot out towards the boundary line. Leading in the race there is someone from the crowd because we're just a bit obscured there, but they're going to have the numbers there. Is Lewis for Killarney Vale. He goes long. It's going to be down the ground free kick. It's going to go to Brad Edwards. He gets it, plays on immediately. As Josh Mitford comes back on the wing. There's a bit of a how-to-do going on behind play. Brendan Lewis objected to that after play. Mitford looking for Singleton. He takes a good mark. It's leading there. Edwards, he's run on. Can he find him? Good pass by Singleton. Wow. And Brad Edwards takes a mark 15 metres out from goal. And that started from down the far end of the ground by Brendan Lewis. And good play by the Killarney Vale skipper. And it ends up at the other end of the ground where Brad Edwards, who also ran from one end of the ground to get onto that pass from Singleton. And he's going to line up for the second goal for Killarney Vale. Very
fluent, wasn't it? Really, really good transport of the football. Great passage of play.
So Edwards. 20 metres out from goal, almost directly in front. Comes in, strikes the ball, looks good off the boot. That's goal number 2 for Brad Edwards, or 1 for Edwards, sorry. Goal number 2 for Killarney Vale. And it's now the Bombers, 2 straight 12, leading Terrigal Avoca, 1 behind.
BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to the Richmond Football Club, the Western Bulldogs, the GWS Giants, the Adelaide Crows, the Gold Coast Suns and the Brisbane Lions. BLK, beyond limits known. GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also a proud sponsor of the BDAFL women's competition, Gary.
Yep, certainly is. Women's competition round 2. We'll go through the scores a bit later on, but really here at the moment, Killarney Vale has certainly started really well and would definitely have the upper hand. The scoreboard, the 2 goals advantage their way is certainly a just reward as Mumford gets in the middle of the ground there as Josh Polglaze also for Terrigal Avoca, and umpire Stanton comes in and balls up right in the centre of the ground again. So it's going to be Polglaze in the ruck there. This time he gets Lewis to have, gets a hurried punch. He's going to go forward that way of Killarney Vale, but Lewis has got now running backwards, handball back to Lamb. He overruns the ball, allows Mumford to come in for the Bombers. He goes for goal. It's going to be the Redhead, takes the mark. Redhead plays on. Redhead goals.
Wow, another one. Outstanding, Gary.
That is fantastic play from the from the Bombers there to get that. We'll just get a replay right back from where that all started. That was fantastic play.
Punished the error, didn't they, Gary? They really punished the error on the back flank over here.
Yeah, and it goes down there. A kick coming in there, and Aaron Redhead certainly looking dangerous and plays on there. That is a great goal by the Bombers.
Indeed, Gary. Belmont 16 Footers Club is located on picturesque Lake Macquarie. Belmont 16s is one of the premier venues in the Hunter region, offering the very best in dining, in promotions and entertainment. For all the latest news and promotions, visit 16s.com.au or find us on Facebook. The home of the Black Diamond Football League.
So 17 minutes gone in this first quarter here, and it's a 3-goal lead to Killarney Vale, and they've certainly been very impressive. The free kick's going to go the way there of the Bombers. They're first in towards the ball, and they're being rewarded for it at the moment. And I just love their swift ball movement. Simpson's got the ball this time. Right at centre half back for Killarney Vale. On the right boot, he goes. Redhead's going to be the target up against Hart. Good use of the body there, and Aaron Redhead has been a standout at the moment. Just a good use of the body, and he's a tall lad, and he's actually been able then to get full reach as he gets a short pass, and the mark's going to be taken there by Daniel Curtis.
Redhead's been absolutely dominant in the first 20 minutes.
He uses a good stretch, uses his height. He gets up really tall, and he just can't spoil him. He's up against James Hart, who would be 6 inches smaller, but Curtis. The right boot he comes. Right to the square. Up they go. Single, but going back. Good mark. Right in the last line of the fence there by Harper. Harper's going to handball off quickly to Bishop. Bishop now looks to try and steady. He goes to Billings, but under pressure there from Simpson. But Webster goes down there, but Simpson's going to go in there also with Polglaze. They just can't get their hands on it at the moment, Terrigal Avoca. Everything's under pressure, they do. They need to be able to. Bishop's going in there trying to get it, but it's going to come out there down to Lewis, who's probably been their best player in the first quarter. He goes long there. Van Dam has a hand up. He then gets a quick kick. Going to open the door for Grimman, but coming out there also is Kingston. But up against him is Wilson, but Kingston uses force to get through there, but once again it falls out there in the direction that time of Broadband. It comes into Jack Grimman. Is this the first goal for the Panthers? No, it's not. Misses to the left-hand side. Better ball movement that time than an open forward line. Good play by Kingston. He just actually come out and bust the pack and got a handle. Just didn't find the target, but that's what they're going to need. They need to try and get their hands. They're just not sure of what they used, and some of the fumbling that they've done, certainly uncharacteristic by the Panthers, but full credit must go to the Bombers. Edwards brings it out there. Who's there? Oh, Lewis can't take the mark. A huge fly there. They're going to get it come out there. Broadband. Good handball by the 16-year-old. Max Mumford's going to get under pressure immediately there. Should get a free kick, and he's going to there. That free kick there was against Dale Walker, and it's going to go to Max Mumford. Just on the defensive side of centre wing. You look to go in short there. Up there taking that mark there is Jared Taylor. They've really valued every possession, the Bombers. As Taylor goes into half forward, Single is going to be his target. Punches from behind there was Flint. Should fall there for Grimman. He picks it up, handball the back, it comes to Bishop. On the left boot, he goes out there wide in the direction of Brandon Thomas. First game for the Panthers. He then looks in there for Billings, but Mifsud chips in and takes a mark. And Mifsud for the Bombers. You got to play him quickly, and look at that. They've got players out here everywhere. This is going to be Carrick. Carrick goes to run on the left boot. It sits up. Redhead's in the box seat again, and Redhead. Big mark by the Bombers. Good play coming in there again. And look, that's just giving him too much latitude. They're not giving him the respect that they deserve at the moment, Terrigal Avoca.
No, and Redhead is having the quarter of his life at the moment.
Certainly it was a good
all
play
over
last
them, they
week.
are, Gary.
Yeah,
Killarney Vale are all over them.
They are. You're right there, Dave. As Redhead, left boot, comes in, strikes the ball. He's got the left fist in the air. The Bombers venture up as well. That is 4 goals, unanswered goals that is to the Bombers. And after we've been playing
20 minutes.
20 minutes, and it is Killarney Vale 4-1-25, leading Terrigal Avoca. That is correct. Terrigal Avoca 0-2-2, 23 points the margin. And look, that is well deserved. They are all over the Panthers at the moment.
Running too well, running in numbers, excellent defence, dominance at the hit-outs, and they're actually smashing them in the clearances, Gary. That's really been noticeable.
Terrigal Avoca, 40th anniversary today. There's plenty of people past and present. I don't think any of them come here expecting this. I'm not sure the Killarney Vale faithful come here expecting this, but look, full credit to the baby Bombers is what we'll call them, but they led very well, and Redhead, what a star at the moment he is. But we're back in the middle. Polglaze up against Redhead. Redhead taps it down to Mitchell. He can't do anything wrong at the moment. Good work by Ben Lance. Going to be hands in the back, though. Free kick's going to go the way. That might be there. Notice how he gets a pass in there. Singleton leads out. Can't take the mark there, so he's just going to allow Brandon Saris to come in. Gee, nearly got that there. He gets a short kick, goes to Grimman. Debnam comes in to meet him, but he gets around him a bit too easy there. Grimman on the right boot, looks for Webster. Webster at centre half forward, leading to the win, takes the mark. He goes inboard to Bishop, the old firm. Bishop on the left boot, swings it out wide, out on the lead, comes out, good play. Very, very good play. That's their best bit of play today, and it's going to end up in the hands of Brandon Thomas, who's going to go back, the new recruit, probably 35, 40 metres out and going to have a shot at goal, but that was their best passage of play.
Clearly, and if Grimman hadn't been playing for Terrigal today, in this first quarter, goodness only knows what the score would have been. He's been terrific.
He has. But anyway, Thomas goes back in, strikes the ball. It's not going to make the distance, I don't think. Up to go the Flyers. Off hands through for another behind. 4-1-25 Killarney Vale. 3 behinds to Terrigal Avoca. It's going to be Killarney Vale. It's going to be Edwards to bring the ball back in. Goes in short there again. The target there. Up they go. Good mark. Taking that's good hand shown there by Barnard. So Ryan Barnard on the right boot. He goes centre wing. Target down there. Up they go. Fleming's got the front position there in front of Carrick. But going to go. Good work there by, I think that might be Jay Lewis again, is it? No. I think that's Alexander White. Sorry. Up they go in the dangerous area. Kingston goes up. But they got plenty of numbers there. Have Killarney Vale. But it's going to be a free kick again going Killarney Vale. The first in. They get him being rewarded.
Yes, they are.
Go right in the back pocket there.
You wonder what Chris Bishop's going to be saying at the first quarter break, Gary.
One thing I know will be plenty. He gets out there. They're just not showing him enough respect at the moment. They're just allowing him to run around. They're not well known, a lot of these Killarney Vale players, but they're certainly doing, as they will at the moment. And Brendan Lewis, he's certainly well known, and he's played a very good quarter there. He's on the centre wing. He goes there now, looks for a short pass there. Is it going to find Calvin Bond? Going over the back there was Corbin Bond. The Bond's the Bond. Sarich there. A sweeping long handball to Harper. Good handball by Sarich. A kick by Harper into the half-forwards. Going to find vacant space, however. Who's got Alexander White? Runs onto it. Shows good pace. Alexander White has a bounce. Runs into a goal. Has 2 bounces. On the right boot. Dribbled it through and has missed. No, he hasn't. I think he's got it. There's going to be a bit of a decision there whether actually was a siren go. We'll probably go to the replay. They've actually given the goal to Alexander White right there on the siren. And that's took them all quarter to get it. Their first goal to Alexander White. But at quarter time, in certainly an upset score, it is Killarney Vale 4-1-25, leading Terrigal Avoca 1-3-9.
Goal kickers, Gary, for the first quarter. Brad Edwards 1, and an impressive performance. Aaron Redhead has 3, and that last second goal for Alexander White, and he has the solitary goal for Terrigal Avoca, Gary. Yep,
so a good start by the Bombers. Certainly a good start by yourself in commentary. They will be back in a couple of minutes for the second quarter.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is Car 33, I'm going on my break.
Rightio, back here at Hilton Moore Oval, and Chris Bishop was certainly very animated at quarter time there with his charge. He's urging them on, but Scott Reed told us that his young charge were going to have a red-hot go, and they certainly did that. And look, he couldn't have been happier at the moment. Just that last goal right on the siren nearly kept them goalless, and that doesn't happen to Terrigal Avoca very often. But you know, they don't give in very easy, Terrigal Avoca. They aren't reigning back-to-back premiers for nothing. And we'll see how they go this time. This time they'll be kicking to the left of screen, and it's going to be Ellis in the ruck. This time up against Oosterhouse. No one gets a clear tap, but falls there for no one in particular. On the left boot, it's going to be his Webster. He kicks up there. Fleming's going to go there, but going back there, and a good mark taken there by Will Broadbent. Certainly impressive, the youngster. He's in the Sydney Swans Academy. A big chance to make the New South Wales under-16 side. He's a really good player. He's making his debut today for the Bombers at Gosford Junior. And it's certainly good to see the young kids come in. It's going to be right on the far side of the ground, and Ryan Stanton, the umpire, says, I'm going to ball it up. Right on the far side of the ground, as the ruckmen go up there. I'm glad you're watching it there on Bar TV, because I think you'll be a lot closer than what we are. As Lewis is going to get it there, tackled by Grimmond. Good tackle there. He's going to force the ball out of bounds for another boundary throw in.
Gee, Gary, but we are a fair way away, sir.
I reckon we are dead set, nearly in a separate suburb to where that ball is now. Like, really?
Yes, Gary.
I wouldn't walk that far to get in my car. But I'm going to have to, because that's where my car is over that side. But Oosterhouse goes over the back in the ruck there. They're coming back in there. Good pick up there by the Bombers, and they're going to go for it again. Barnard's coming out there, but leading is there is Lewis. The ball sits up there. He puts his head down, puts the tackle on. It's going to be a high tackle there. Good play by the experienced half-back flanker for Terrigal Avoca, representative player, and fantastic to see him in red, white and black socks. That's a bit of a change for him. He goes back there now. That's a little in-joke there, but however, we won't tell that. Ben Lamb comes in. He can't pick it up as Barnard's going to put pressure for the Bombers. Back it comes to Amity, Mumford, back to Broadbent. He goes a sweeping handball. A bit of a hit and hope that one as Lewis intercepts it. Goes back to Billings now. Billings on the left boot. Half forward. Darling's down there. Good use of the body by Gus Darling. Strong mark there, Dave.
Yeah, that was used his body beautifully, and the backman there was really trying his very best, but Darling too good.
As he gets a handball off, it comes to Bishop. Goes there looking for a downfield free kick, but Fleming's over the back. He comes under pressure by Lewis. I think he just got a bit of a backhander, I think, as he went to do it. Unintentional, of course. Kurt Fleming went to do a handball as the arm goes back there. Just happened to get him, I think, around the nose.
Could have been construed as close to a throw, I think.
Well, that's only because his arm couldn't come back, because it got intercepted because it hit Brendan Lewis on the nose. Boundary throw, really good boundary throw in there. Who's the name of that? Not Colin. Who's the other boundary umpire? Andrew Spring. That's a fantastic throw. It's going through there is Billings, but they got numbers back there. Brad Edwards is playing goalkeeper at the moment for the Bombers. He goes in short there. A risky kick there. Grimmond up against Barnard. Both get there. Barnard's trying to handball it out, and Ashley Borg goes in there and. Yeah, that was a bit of a risky kick from Edwards. 15 moves to a one-on-one contest.
Grimmond stayed in the contest even though he was on the ground there.
Exactly. Mumford goes in the ruck against Van Dam. Goes out there to Wilson. Goes across there to, I think, one of the other Wilson that sits up there for Amity, up against Lamb. And Dane Amity, what a servant he has been for the Bombers over 250 games. In the off-season, Dane Amity was made a life member of the Black Diamond AFL. So a fantastic accolade. Him and Corey Shackleton from the Bombers. Corey's not playing today, but Dane Amity, what a great servant he's been for the Bombers and the Black Diamond AFL. So congratulations on that. And he's certainly, this year, age is no weary for him. He's actually been a good player to start today. Ruckman goes up there. There's also a guy in the ruck there. He gets it back to Webb, immediately tackled there by Calvin Bond. Probably could have got a free kick. He hung on a little bit long there as Lewis looks recovered from his punch his hit to the head there. It's Mifsud there, comes back, but Bishop on the right boot, he goes, a spearing card, looking for Van Dam. He can't take the chest mark. Darling's doing the roving, unlikely to see the big man do that. But the Bombers, a hurried handball. Lockie White can't take it, but he goes back there now, gets it. Handball to back to Fleming, he fumbles. Just the pressure, but Fleming there, classy player on the right boot. Chips are coming out there, they've got the numbers. Killarney Vale should be able to get that 3 against 1, 3 against 2. Go there, Campbell Wilson gets it, handball to back to Barnard. Cartwright lays the Shepherd and the Bombers are out again. Only the half-foot flankers. Ellis goes up there. Oosterhofer,
wow.
Great mark.
Yeah, strong.
He manoeuvred into front position there, Dave, in front of Sam Ellis. He's rewarded with a good mark. Tim Oosterhouse in his only
Helicopter.
second game comes out there. Not the best kick, but well done there by Carrick. On the left boot, he goes into open space. It's going to be a foot race. Hart leads there, but also Lewis comes in there. But going back there is Singleton. Bishop goes back there and sweeps it back there. Handballs back to Fleming. The big guns are starting to lift. Lewis, Fleming, Bishop. Not one of his best kick though. And it's going to be Lamb on the left boot. He goes. It should sit there for Mumford, however. He'll brush the tackle of Polglaze. On the right boot, he goes towards the half-forward line. They got numbers. Come back there. Corbin Bond drops what he should have taken. Singleton picks it up. Handball across to Simpson. He goes out wide, but who's he going out there wide? It's going to sit there now nicely for Forster, but it was a hit and hope kick there, and it's going to be a foot race. Killarney Vale got the numbers, but it's going to be a holding free kick. It's going to be paid the way there of Killarney Vale.
Need the binoculars.
Yeah, good opportunity there for Simpson. Probably should have been a little bit more direct to go there.
Away from goal, actually.
Yeah, no, it's Dave Redden's got his binoculars. Mate, you come well prepared. I've been doing the job for 3 years and I haven't even thought about binoculars. I just whinge about how far away it is. Or try and sneak around and find out where Bar TV is, because I'm going to get real close.
Goal to Killarney Vale.
Goal to Killarney Vale there. I'm not sure it's Singleton, was it, who kicked that?
Yes.
I'm sure Bar TV would have got that one. Yeah, look at that. Got the thumbs up from the cameraman. Can we get a replay on who got that one? No, we couldn't get a replay on that one, but I think it was Bryce Singleton who got it there. A snap out of a pack, and I'm just raving on about absolutely nothing, and they kick a goal. But good play by the Bombers, and that's the first goal again. They're starting to do their little bit. They just keep chipping away, and
They do indeed, and Terrigal of Avoca are off. They just think things are ball's not going to hand. It's just not quite crisp enough at the moment.
Yeah, they were a little bit off last week as well. We put that down once again to Nelson Bay, and the thing we've shown here, what Nelson Bay did that, and Killarney Vale doing the same today. And coaching staff of Reid and Mick Smith might have had a view of the tape and just saw about putting the pressure on. They don't handle it very well, but there's some fumbling going on. Even Chris Bishop then, as Amity's going to pick it up, but Bishop's got it back there now. On the left boot, he goes out there. Corey Billings, it should sit up. Darling will provide the shepherd. No clean hands there by Billings either. He looks the handball now to Darling. Darling's going to go through 40. He's going to have a shot at goal. It's going to sit up across there. Wilson's back there with Kingston. It goes across the face, out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Just their hands, their shortness of the hand and shortness of foot's just not there at the moment, Dave.
It's not things that, they're dropping what they would otherwise have taken, and there's just so much pressure on from Killarney Vale, Gary.
They certainly are, and they're lifting in confidence, Killarney Vale. As Colin Goodenough throws it in, that's a shorter boundary throw in there. Grimmin can't take it again, so it sits out the back there for Amity. On the left boot he goes. Pete Van Dam in front there of Calvin Bond, but Max Mumford's going to pick it up there now. On the right boot he goes. A bit of a high kick out there as Sarich comes out there in the race there with Curtis. It's going to be Sarich, a clean pair of heels. He runs through 50, a spearing pass. Kingston's there over the back. It's going to go again. Edward leads in the race for the ball. It's going to be out of bounds for another boundary throw in again.
Gary, I wonder if they could go throw Kingston onto the ball for a while. He was pretty good on the ball in patches last week. He spent the entire game inside the 50-metre arc so far.
Yeah, he come over as a midfielder for sure. They've got plenty of them. I just think at the moment they're really struggling up forward, and as Darling has a snap around the body, through for behind, and I think they're trying to manufacture a scoring opportunity, but at the moment they're getting beat around the pack. I think they would really enjoy Kingston's toughness around there. He's shown that he's a big body, he gets in there. Doesn't mind mixing it with players' physical side. So, especially with a younger Killarney Vale side, that may be what they need. A bit of a spark, but
probably have to try something like that soon, Gary.
As Edwards goes in short there. Mark taken out there by Broadbent.
As you said in the first quarter, Terrigal of Avoca will not panic.
No, they won't. They'll always. They've had the edge over. I think it's been something like 4 or 5 years since Killarney Vale's beaten Terrigal of Avoca. So there's a long time in this rivalry. So they would know the thing, and they've got the edge over him here, so there's no need to panic as the free kick's going to go out there. It's going to go to Alexander White.
Grimmon's on his own.
I'm not sure he's going to get it that far, though. He goes in there now. White sees him now, and he goes in the Grimmon direction. Coming over the back there is Curtis. Amity's going to go back. They'll allow this. Be happy to see this go through for behind. The fifth behind for Terrigal of Avoca. 1-5-11. 5-1-31. 20 points the margin here, and we've been playing
8 minutes 30 in the second, Gary.
Okay, very good, mate. Thank you. 8:30. So, a few people thought, oh, well, it's only be a matter of time, but he goes in short there to Edward. He fights Tim Oosterhouse. The youngster's been very good for the Bombers. He looks to go down there. Redhead's his option down the wing. I think that wouldn't be a bad one. So Redhead up against Polglaze. Bond over the back again. He gets one hand to it. Can't take the mark there. He then dives on top of the ball. Could be penalised. He'll be penalised, I reckon. No, good call by Ryan Stanton.
Gary, haven't heard you call Jimmy Webster's name much today.
No, he's been pretty well held at the moment. He's done had a couple of there. I think just trying to see him where he's playing. There's Jack Grimmins comes out. He brushes the tackle there by Mansfield. No, he's not. He's going to get the ball. Webster's there at centre half forward there now. He doesn't seem to be have anyone on him there. No, Bishop's going to get it. It's not
Killarney Vale's got someone in the
Bishop now. Does a little short pass there to Bishop. He goes in short now to Webster. So Webster right on 50. Just have a look at the wind here, mate. I'll go to me wind meter. Probably a bit from here, be right to left for him.
Yep.
But they certainly need a goal. They need something to steady him, need some back-to-back goals. But Webster, as you mentioned, been pretty quiet. The 3-time Elliot Davey medalist, right boot, strikes are pretty good. That is very, very good goal.
That is a superb kick.
That's what the champions do, Dave. When the club needs it, when the team needs it, they respond, and it's Webster's first goal and the second for Terrigal Avoca. And we've been playing it about 10 minutes gone, Dave.
Exactly.
It would be 2-4-16 Terrigal Avoca, 5-1-31 Killarney Vale, so 15 points the margin, but good play there by Webster.
Yes, good play, good football, and an excellent kick from about 53 or 54 metres. He really flushed that one.
Yeah, he did, and good play by Bishop to find him. So they are going to there looking for their big players. Bishop's trying to get involved more. Fleming's trying to get involved. They want to get Webster into the game. He said he's been very quiet. Grimmon's been good for him. Lewis has been pretty good for him, but apart from that, they're really struggling to get their hands on the football, and just their clean hands on the football.
That's right.
So Oosterhouse back in the ruck there. Harper's going to the ruck now for Terrigal. Comes down to Bishop, who's really starting to get a few touches now. He goes in the day, half forward. Van Dam comes out, can't take the mark. Flemings roves the pack. Quick handball to Grimmon. On the right boot he goes. Looks in there for Kingston, but he's playing behind the mark. Trent Debnam goes to ground. He got him a high tackle there. That was careless there by, might have been Lockie White there, careless. He went to ground. He had him in, he had to nicely position there. He just had to corral him, but he went in too aggressively, got the high tackle. It's going to be relieving pressure from Debnam, but the ball is starting to spend more time inside Terrigal Avoca's 50. As Debnam now goes in short, it's going to find Jack Grimmon. That is a pretty poor pass there by Jack Grimmon. He puts his hand up, Trent Debnam puts his hand up to acknowledge it was my mistake. He had two Killarney Vale opponents free, and he's hit it right in the middle, and Jack Grimmon's going to go back and really make him pay for this, for that error there. From probably 30 metres out. A reasonable angle. Go there, like the bird, he likes it, he pumps it fast.
Wow.
And they certainly made him pay. Back-to-back goals in a matter of minutes for Terrigal Avoca. The crowd's starting to get a bit involved now. They're up and about, and Grimmon's certainly been a very good performer today for Terrigal Avoca. He kept them in there, but that's their third goal. The margin's now back to 9 points.
In 2016, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7, mate, including Friday and Saturday night football and Sunday afternoon. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team.
A good goal there by Grimmon, unlucky there by the Bombers. Trent Debnam there just didn't quite, wasn't sure enough by foot out the back there, and Grimmon chipped in. But what have the Bombers got there now? Oosterhouse, we've talked about, they've been pretty good as Amity comes back there, gets a handball out through the middle. Can they get the ball? Can they get a centre clearance? That's what they're looking for. They won't get one out of this one. There's going to be a ball up. Between centre and half forward, Killarney Vale's into the ground, still leading by 9 points. The Bombers, a very impressive start. As you didn't watch the first quarter, Aaron Redhead, 3 goals in the first quarter. Hasn't touched it yet in the second, but he was certainly a dangerous there as it goes out there. Lewis should take the mark here in front of Mansfield. So it's going to be Jay Lewis. Plays on. He's got free player out there. Is going to be Fleming. Marks in front of Campbell Wilson. Fleming plays on the right boot. Tries to get around Wilson. Good work by Wilson. He brings it in board there. Billings can't take the mark there. He's pressured by Mifsud, but he gets away. And Billings on the right boot. Goes out. They've got, I think there might be Walker out there. On the right boot he goes. The lead coming in by Alexander White and Gus. Darling, they actually in it. They ran into each other there. Can they get him out? His leg there, I think. It should be a free kick. It's going to go to Lewis. He was leg, but Darling and White collided there.
I was actually about to say that was very courageous of Darling because he had only eyes for the football, but it was friendly fire, Gary.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure. Both of them didn't see each other coming. I think it was probably Darling's ball leading out from full forward. And
yes.
But yeah, once again, another
interesting to note that Terrigal Avoca's running plays are starting to come right back into the game, led by Grimmond.
Yeah, and it's just they're not as sure now as Killarney Vale by hand and foot, and that's the pressure. They've lifted the pressure, and the coach there, Chris Bishop, has led that. He's the one who's got really involved, got down and dirty, I suppose, is probably a good way to put it. As this time they're going to bring the ball out the far side, but intercepting the mark there is Pole Glaze.
You could pick those boots from Woy, I think.
Yeah. Well, rumour has it that he went off last year. He fainted because of the boots. They were too bright. Kicked in there. Broadbent. Oh, that's strong mark. Courageous mark by Broadbent. Right at centre half back for the Bombers. He goes out wide the far side. Leading out there is Singleton. Singleton can't take the mark under pressure, but they got numbers again. Lewis back there. He tackled though. Holding the ball. Play on's a call.
Almost gone, Gary was.
As Polglaze gets it there now. He goes out wide. Going back there, Barnard's going to pick it up. Good pick up, good clean pair of heels by Barnard. Not the best kick, however. It's going to bounce there to Amadou, who's going to be immediately under pressure. But just the pressure there again. It's going to come in as Walker gets in there. Missed to go back. Good, strong mark.
Very strong,
He's turned into one of the elite midfielders in this competition, as Josh Mivsed. Really good overhead mark. Not 15's the call there by Edwards. And they're going to run it out there now as Lachlan Wilson gets it. He's under pressure by Kingston. Good chase by the forward. And that just put the pressure. He had no one to kick to Wilson, so he hung onto it for as long as he can. And it just ends up in the hands of Farquhar. He goes, centres the ball now to Webster. You can't give him that much space. He goes in there. Van Dam's in the box seat here, but over the back he allows it to run through. And Kurt Fleming takes the mark and 12 metres out. But one thing you go, I don't think you can afford to give Jimmy Webster that much space when you've controlled him for probably a quarter and a half. If you're going to give him 15 metres on his own,
look out.
You're going to make you pay.
Trouble.
As Fleming. This will be 3 goals on the trot for Terrigal Avoca. And in a blink of an eye, the margin could be back to 3 points. So Fleming comes in, strikes the ball. That's his first goal again. And as we mentioned, 3 on the trot now for Terrigal Avoca. And they now move to 4-4-28. Killarney Vale 5-1-31. And we played 16 minutes of the second quarter.
Star 104.5 plays the music we all love and proudly supports the Black Diamond AFL. Sports Coast Trophy and Embroidery are the leading supplier of trophies and embroidery on the Central Coast. They are also proud supporters of the Black Diamond AFL.
Yeah, so first goal there to Fleming, and they're certainly getting the ball's been spent more time in their forward 50 at the moment. They're starting to get their hands on through Bishop. Lewis has been very, very good across half back. As Redhead's in the ruck, first time he's been in the ruck this quarter. Need to get him in the game as Mifsud. Get there, but once again, just through sheer weight of numbers. But Redhead goes back, but he handballs it straight away off there. I think it might be Thomas or Walker again. Goes back, Broadbent. They allowed to mark. They had the numbers, handballs. Oh, it hits the deck. Pressure up there. Edwards got out, but under great pressure that time by Pete Van Dam. But he can't get a kick holding the ball. Unlucky. It was a great chase, but good tackle there by Brad Edwards. Everything under pressure now, Killarney Vale. But in saying that, they're still leading. They're still leading.
Message in from the Broadbents in Brisbane. Gary, loving your commentary and enjoying the game. So lovely message there.
Beautiful, thank you. Yeah, lovely people at Broadbent. And Will on debut as that there was Sam Ellis. Ran under that, so Josh Midford takes it, plays on quickly. Webster chips in there nicely, just in front that time there of Gary, I think that was their Green Tree.
Gary, very impressed with Mivstord. He's a classy mover, isn't he?
Very
low to the ground, good skills, classy.
Just improves every year. He was our Rising Star winner 2 years ago. Played rep game last year, broke his collarbone in the representative side, but he's just taken his game to another level. And they're going to need him to the Bombers. Certainly, he's part of their young brigade. He'd be 20 years of age. So
wow.
A really talented young player. So
good future. Good to see players like that coming through the ranks at Adelaide Street.
Yeah, not only come through, but also stand up as well. Not just come through and play, but actually improve every year. So it comes out there now. Shrek of the Devil gets a kick out of midair. Coming back, they got the numbers going back. Oh, drops a mark there that time. That might have been Flint. Out the back it comes to Carrick on the right boot. Left boot he goes, but falls there to Thomas, and they're away again. The Panthers as Webster's got it. On the right boot he goes. He doesn't miss too many targets. So out in front of Darling, that is. Lachlan Wilson goes with him. Puts the pressure. The boundary line's in close. Wilson got in front position. Able to turn that ball over. Well plays. Debnan gets it. Goes around. Oh, dispossessed by Fleming. Back it comes to Darling on the left boot. Billings is his target. The spoil coming in there. Might have been from Foster there. It's picked up. Good play by Max Mumford. On the left boot he goes to centre wing. Oh, drop what he should have taken out there was Mansfield's going to allow the Panthers to get back in. And they go in the centre to Jay Lewis. Lewis on the right boot. Fleming's his target again. Over his head it goes. And Brendan Lewis takes the mark. Plays on quickly into the centre of the ground. Mifsud's going to run there and they sweep it by hands. Gets it there. Tackled there. That time coming out. Well, there's Mifsud off the ground. He goes. Running down his Killarney Vale into their area, but they just can't get there as pole glaze. It's picked up by Cartwright. On the right boot he goes, but chipping back there was Jared Flint. I reckon that was heading towards the goal, but good play by Flint. Out wide he goes to Sarich. Brandon Sarich between half-back and back pocket. He kicks to the boundary line, but leading in the race there for him might be out there as Taylor, but they're able to turn it over there as Webster's in there for Terrigal Avoca. It's going to be a free kick. It's going to go the way of Terrigal Avoca. It's going to go the way of Jimmy Webster. On the centre wing, swings it out to Lewis. The trip's right at centre half back. Harper's calling for it on the wing. He's in front of there, Reddit. He got away from him, and Harper takes it. Want to go out wide. Amity off the bench there is able to stop Farquhar from getting the ball. Gives you a little hip and shoulder there, just as a reminder. It's going to be Walker. Goes in short there to Bishop. Inside the centre square. Bishop on the left boot. A pass there looking for Fleming, and Fleming takes the mark. Good play, good pass there by Bishop. Certainly very influential as Chris Bishop, the coach, in getting him back into the game this quarter. Really trying to impose himself on the game.
He's led from the front, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and Webster's going to go back there now. He kicked the last goal for Terrigal Avoca, so he's looking to make it back-to-back goals. 30 metres out from goal, 35 at most, directly in front. Fleming. Kick one. Comes in. Strikes the ball. Looks good off the boot. Back-to-back goal for Fleming. And after 20 and a half minutes, Terrigal Avoca have hit the front on the back of Kurt Fleming's second goal. And it's 5-4-34. Terrigal Avoca leading Killarney Vale 5-1-31.
The Entertainment Grounds has quickly established itself as the premier events location on the Central Coast. The Entertainment Grounds is an indoor and outdoor multi-purpose community facility for functions, events, festivals, weddings, exhibitions, as well as horse racing. Big race meeting on Anzac Day there. Subway Morisset is open 7 days a week for breakfast, lunch and dinner. Trading hours are 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Support local businesses. Subway, eat fresh.
Yes, and of course today, Subway Morisset are the provider of the Player of the Match Award. A $20 voucher to be used at Subway Morisset, and thanks to Chris Bishop and the team there as Mumford gets it for Killarney Vale. They need another goal, they need a clearance. Lamb can't take the mark, but that's certainly dominating across half back and certainly dominating there through Jay Lewis. He goes in short this time, he's going to find Walker. Walker plays on, right boot he goes. Out there is Kingston, he's come out at the top of the 50 now, probably a bit too far out to score. Pete Van Dam is your target. Going down there is Bomber, he's going to go back there. Jackson Farquhar tells him to go back, have a shot. He'll kick from outside 50. Very similar position from where Webster kicked his goal from.
Kingston's not without a chance here.
But Kingston comes in, strikes the ball. It's not going to make the distance. Sits at the top of the square. Up the flyers go up there. Plenty there, but no one. It's got anyone going to end up getting their hands on it through for a minor score.
Could have almost given an unrealistic attempt free kick there, actually.
To which person? There was plenty of them there.
There was.
5-5-35, Terrigal Avoca, 5-1-31. 4 points of margin of the Panthers. They've had to come from behind. They were down as much as 16 points. I think it was at one stage there. Might have even been more, actually. Might have been 20, 21 points.
22 points before that last kick by Alex
That's
White
right.
at the end of the first quarter.
That's right. As Mumford goes out there, but they just can't get good forward ball there now. As this time it's going to be out there is Thomas. Looking for White, but White can't get it. And over the line for a boundary throw in. Far side of the ground, getting close to half-time here. A very entertaining game, there's no doubt about that.
For the second week in a row, we've been blessed with a good game of footy, Gary.
We have. Is Singleton up on the ball now. As Grimman goes to ground. Also on the ground there is Singleton. Comes out there now. It's going to be Wilson. Campbell Wilson tries to clear it, gets it out of here. Got numbers come back and pole glaze. Takes the mark. It's going to come back inside forward 50 again. He chips it out wide to Jared Flint. Inside centre square again. Where's the targets in forward? They've got numbers on the lead. There's a spearing pass though as Broadbent puts one hand to it. Oh, handballs there to Pete Van Dam. He has to go back quick as Grimman there. Ever the flash back. It comes to Kingston on the right boot. But once again, Edwards there. Is he going to take the mark? There he does. Playing his goalkeeper there. And Edwards Across the ground he goes there now. Lewis is going to take the mark. Where's the next one? Amity should be able to get this across half back. Amity does. What's their next target? Singleton's working very hard across half forward. Goes to them. Can he get their lamb chips in there? Over the back it falls there for Curtis. He goes in hard there. Also going in well was Jay Lewis. He's caught with the ball there, but good work.
He's pinged him.
Great tackle that time there by Ben Simpson. But good play by Lewis. Just a bit unlucky, but good tackle by Simpson. He goes across there looking. That's twice this time though that Simpson's gone across the ground and turned it over, and what that does is just opens it up for the Panthers there now as Lachlan White's got it. He'll go in short there, leading it is Van Dam. Good spoil there by Broadbent. Brendan Lewis went to ground also, turns it over there. It might be Thomas in there. Lachlan White goes back in there also, but clearing there. Nice work, good clearing kick there, but it's only going to go to Lewis, although he drops what he should have marked, but opens the door for Billings. He has a bounce, left boot, spearing pass out there, falls short of Corbin Bond. Oh, he's going to play a free kick right on the siren.
Wow.
Right on the siren. Corbin Bond is going to get that. Probably was there, probably didn't quite take possession of the ball. Not that he didn't want to take possession, he didn't take possession. And it take a more tackle there, I think, on instinct, I suppose, more than what happened. But anyway, it's going to free kick anyway. It's going to go to Corbin Bond. After the siren, they got a goal right on the siren in the first quarter.
Yes, they did.
Bond, 25 metres out. Left boot strikes the ball. It looks pretty good. No, he's missed to the left. So it is half time at Hilton Moore Oval. And in a closer game than what a lot of people have expected, Dave, that's for sure. It is Terrigal Avoca, 5-7-37, 4 goals through that quarter to Killarney Vale, 5-1-31. It's 6-point lead. They only got the 1 goal that quarter, so a 6-point advantage to Terrigal Avoca.
Goal kickers, Gary. Jack Grimman has 1, James Webster 1, Kurt Fleming has 2, and Alexander White 1 for Terrigal Avoca. For Killarney Vale, Brad Edwards has 1, and a triple to Aaron Redhead. Gary?
Yeah, certainly was. Redhead kicked all his 3 in the first quarter, but a good comeback there by Terrigal Avoca. That's why they're a champion side. But Killarney Vale still putting plenty of pressure. They just need to be a little bit smarter with their ball use going forward, try and break down the Terrigal Avoca half-back line. But here it is at half-time, a 6-point advantage to Terrigal Avoca. We'll be back in 10 minutes for the second half.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Sport Bar TV.
Welcome back after half-time. Gary's gone to get an interview with Morris Goolagong, who'll be back with you shortly. Just some score run-throughs for you, ladies and gentlemen, on this gorgeous afternoon in East Gosford. Okay, here at Hilton Moore Oval, Terrigal Avoca 5-7, leading Killarney Vale 5-1. Cardiff and Warners Bay are at Fian Park, and Cardiff are leading 6-2 to 4-4. And up at Dick Burwell Oval at Nelson Bay, Newcastle City are 7-6, leading Nelson Bay 3-3. In First Division, we have scores between Lake Macquarie and Wyong Lakes. Lake Macquarie at half-time, a 5 straight to Wyong Lakes 4-7. And some full-time scores in First Division. Killarney Vale 1-1-7, defeated by Terrigal Avoca 26 goals 21. And Warners Bay 2 goals 2, defeated by Gosford 23 goals 12. Also some women's football results for you. Cardiff 7-4-46, defeated Maitland 2-2-14. Nelson Bay 10-14-74, defeated Killarney Vale 1-1-7. Wyong Lakes 5-9-39 in a close game against Lake Macquarie 4-5-29. And Singleton didn't trouble the scorers, and Newcastle City ended up with 18 goals 19, 127. Play's just about to get underway here in the second half at Hilton Moore Oval. Terrigal Avoca a 5 goals 7-37 with Killarney Vale 5-1-31. Just before the central umpire starts us off for the second half. Goal kickers for Terrigal Avoca. Kurt Fleming has 2, 1 each to Alexander White, James Webster and Jack Grimmond. Over to you, Gary.
Got you, Dave. Well done. Thanks for keeping us up to date. What goes on around the ground? Not an easy job, but he does it very well. As Sam Ellis wins the first tap down. It goes to Cartwright. Going to be another ball up. So 6 points the margin at half time. What are you expecting in the second half, Dave?
I think it'll be a tight. I think this third quarter, like in most games, will decide the game. I think Terrigal Avoca are back on top, and I reckon they might start to push away.
Yeah, I think you could rise Billings there. He gets it straight, looking for a handball to Grimmond, but intercepting that time was Simpson. And back that way to Walker. Hurry kick by Billings again. Goes into danger, but Campbell Wilson, Broadbent, sorry. He's going to get there. His kick smothered there. Bending over his darling. Shows the ball a couple of ways. Gets it back to Billing. A hurry kick on the left boot. It bounces through on the left-hand side of the behind post. So first score of the third quarter is to Terrigal Avoca. They push the margin out to 7 points. So big press, big test here for Killarney. They've done very, very well in the first quarter and a bit. Terrigal Avoca got back on top in that second part of that second quarter. So let's see what the Baby Bombers have got. They've certainly shown plenty so far. The coach, Scott Reed, would certainly be ecstatic with how the first half went. Keeping in mind that they have got a number of big-name players still out. Rick White's to come back. Corey Shackleton's to come back. Sean Sinclair is also still out for the Bombers. Kyle Wolfer. So there's 4 players who would certainly bolster the Killarney Vale lineup. But Harper now's taking the mark. He's going to have a shot for goal. Take a good kick. We haven't seen many long goals from that end. But Harper strikes it nicely off the boot, just going to the left of the upright. A high flyer out there was Kingston, but through for a minor score. So 2 behinds to start the quarter by Terrigal Avoca. Pushes the margin out to 8 points. The short part goes over the head there of Wilson. That's going to be resulting free kicks going to go the way of Corey Billings for out of bounds there. So an untidy start by Killarney. You can say that as he goes in that board now and finds Brandon Thomas. So Brandon Thomas on debut. We mentioned that for Terrigal Avoca. Come from Melbourne. Been serviceable without being outstanding. Probably had a little bit of the ball there in the second quarter, but like most of his Terrigal Avoca teammates, not many of it had in the first quarter. But he came back looking to put his first goal on the board. Thomas strikes the ball. Looks to go looks pretty good just across the face. No, it's not. It's going to be a goal, I think. Goal umpire there, John Sullivan signals a goal. First goal for the Panther colours. That time there for Brandon Thomas. First goal of the third quarter by Terrigal Avoca, and I think it's actually 5 goals on the trot now to Terrigal Avoca. And at the moment the score 6-9-45. 14 points the good of Killarney Vale, who are 5-1-31.
Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
Yeah, look, they're really starting to get right on top. Now it comes back, I believe, Dave, right back in the middle. Sam Ellis is in the ruck instead of Josh Polglaze, who's now gone back to his familiar position down back, and they just seem to get that better usage of football. And Webster this time on the right, but he goes out wide. Corbin Bond's going to get it. He's tackled there by Cartwright, but a good sweeping handball over the top. It comes to Walker. Right boot spearing past Kingston's his target. Lets it bounce, comes off his knee. Harper's roving in front, move forward this time. Van Dam to Darling, looks in short, unselfish play, going a good speed that time, showing down there by Thomas, the last goal kicker. Debman picks it up for Killarney Vale, and they go back there as Lewis walks the ball back through from behind. Under siege at the moment, Killarney Vale. Can they stand up to the pressure? Lewis goes out wide, looking for Mumford there. Ellis is with him as well, but good solid mark taken there by... Who's you going to give that to? I thought you'd give it to the man in front, wouldn't you? He's going to call for a ball up. Pretty fair call, I reckon, but pretty good game call there by Jake Bateman in front of the Terrigal Avoca
faithful
lower grade players, and they certainly they disagree. They thought the mark to Sam Ellis. I thought it could have gone to Max Mumford being the man in front, but play on's a call as Brendan Lewis gets that kick. It's going to go out wide, out of bounds on the full, was it? No, out of bounds for a boundary throw in between half forward and wing. Terrigal Avoca's into the ground, and we've been going
4 minutes and 20 seconds, Gary.
4 minutes, Dave, and it's been all Terrigal Avoca. The ball is the only time it's come out of the Terrigal Avoca forward 50 after they kicked the goal and went back to the centre, but didn't take long to come back in. They need to regroup the Bombers, try and get a goal. Spring, nice throw. That's a fantastic throw in there. Over the back it goes. Free kick's going to go called out, and it's going to go the way of Sam Ellis. Ellis there handballs it off quickly there to Bishop. Left boot goes in there. Spearing pass over the head of Devon and finds Pete Van Dam on the lead. Right now near the boundary line. He swings onto the right boot. He goes towards goal. It lands in the square. Over the back is Harper. Takes it on his chest. Strong chest mark there by Harper. Went at the back. He read it the best. He's going to go back there now on a very, very acute angle.
Will he go check side, Gary, or use the left?
No, I think he might just swing out a little bit. No, he looks like he's holding for a check side, but unselfish plays. Goes back there to Webster.
Bit too easy.
Yeah, once again, we spoke about that before. Just lazy defence that is there by Killarney Vale. They switched off, thinking he was going to go for goal, and Webster, you shouldn't have the best player in the competition on his own at the best of times, let alone when he's 15, 20 metres out from goal. So he's kicked one, kicked the goal that really got him going in that second quarter. He's
from outside the arc too, Gary.
Yeah, so he goes back there now for goal number 2 for Webster, and it does. Yeah, classy finish by Webster. And they've certainly got a break now. Have the Panthers starting to kick into gear. And that's their 7th goal. 7-9 is it, Dave?
7-10-52 to 5-1-31, Gary.
Yeah, so 21 points of margin is rapidly kicked out there now. They've kicked the last 6 goals. 5 goals it was to 1.
Yep. Really starting to assert their authority, aren't they?
They certainly are. Yep. And they're a 2-time premiership game for a 3-peat, and that's for no reason at all, but certainly been applied plenty of pressure here now for Killarney Vale. As Harper's now gone back into the ruck. Up against Uber. Harper wins it down. Punch forward. Leading in the race is going to be Mansfield for Killarney Vale. Can they get the ball inside forward 50? They need to get a goal. Is Lewis. Cartwright taps it back. A bit of volleyball going on as Harper picks it up. Gets it back to Webster at the back of the pack. Shows the ball one way. Shows it twice. Handball over the head now to into the hand of Bishop. Lewis runs on there. Webster's with him as well, but Lewis on the right boot. A spearing pass in there. Well done. Finds Sam Ellis. So Ellis for Terrigal Avoca on the half forward. Looks in there. Lead coming from up White was going to be Alexander White, but over the back is Lewis. Handballs it back out there. I think it might be Simpson. Goes in short to Oosterhouse, but lands at his feet. He's got some work to do now, the youngster. Handballs it back to Lewis, who follows up his previous kick. On the right boot he goes. A wobbly kick. Redhead goes out there. He's up against Polglaze now. Simpson comes in, he can't get it, however. Oosterhouse goes back in for a second grab. Immediately tackled there by the Panthers. They've lifted their intensities, no doubt about that. Redhead goes in, started the game in fantastic fashion. He got it, and Josh Polglaze just saw him there, and he wasn't taking any dummies. He just went straight for him and drove him back over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Right on centre wing at the moment, Terrigal Avoca certainly holding the upper hand after trailing early on. They've got out to a 21-point lead in the third quarter.
Looking strong, aren't they, at the moment?
They are looking pretty good. They just got their hands on the ball. They're certainly in control of the game at the moment. As Greentree goes in there, dispossessed, goes in there, picking that one up was Curtis. Curtis kicks it high up and under, and a mark taken out there, this time by Alexander White. White goes in short there to Webster. James Webster on the wing. He'll go inboard. His target on the lead there was Ellis, but doesn't reach him, making the big man to do work below his knees. Not many big ruckmen like that. And he's holding the ball. Not sure about that one, but once again, we're 3 kilometres away, so how would we know?
Yes, Gary.
So they kick it in forward there. Good lead. Can't take the mark, however. Probably should have done a little bit better as Carrick. He gets it back on the left boot now. He's got it over the top. They got numbers here. The way it goes there now from a Green Tree to Edwards. Amity leads it out there. He's back with Bond, however, and they're going to clear it out there again and away. They are through Flint. A long kick up the half forward. The big man cried. Kingston was held on the jumper. Probably should have got a free kick. Ellis gets it. Handballs quickly at the back. It comes out. Quick hands. Bishop over the top there goes to Pete Van Dam. Pete Van Dam on the right. Good build up by the Panthers. Length to length ground on the back of a good kick by Flint. Pete Van Dam finishes off at the other end of the ground. And the Avalanche is still going at the moment, Dave.
It certainly is. That was really that handball into Van Dam was most unselfish. Van Dam had a paddock and finished professionally. BLK is the major sponsor of the Black Diamond AFL, as well as being the official apparel supplier to Richmond, the Western Bulldogs, the GWS Giants, the Adelaide Crows, the Gold Coast Suns and the Brisbane Lions. BLK, beyond limits known.
Yeah, they certainly are a great major sponsor, but they're really on top in the centre now, aren't they? They're really dominating the centre clearance. It started when Sam Ellis were in the ruck. Bishop's on top. Webster's getting their hands on it now. And I see now also they've got Walker in there. He seems to be running with Josh Mifsud, who's gone out of the game a little bit. But here's a chance now. They're going to bring the ball inside forward 50. Redhead runs out. It's not going to reach him, however, so it hits him on the shin. Polglaze is with him, but Redhead's able to go there. But Simpson's now going to go in and give him a hand. Also Mansfield. Handball that comes out. Here's an opportunity. Running in for goal there. It sits up. Oosterhouse should take the mark in the square, and he does. Good play there. I think it might have been Barnard out there who got the ball in to Oosterhouse, and he takes a good mark in the square, and that's good play by the Bombers. They've shown if they can get the ball there as Oosterhouse kicks the goal, if they can get the ball in their hands and get good clean position, they use the ball pretty well. So good reward there for Killarney Vale, and they break a run there of
7 goals, I think,
goals
Gary.
in a row.
GE Industrial Solutions, partnering with the mining community in the Hunter for the past 50 years, delivering safe and reliable electrical equipment and engineering services to our customers. Also proud supplier of the BDAFL Women's Competition. Wilson Security is Australia's largest and most innovative security provider, delivering a wide range of services to a diverse range of customers. For all your security needs, call Wilson Security on 1300 Wilson.
Yep, Wilson Security certainly been great support as well. But good work there by Eustace and Barnard there. He got a centering kick there, but they got a centre clearance. That was become very important. So up we go in the ruck again there. Singleton in the ruck against Ellis. It's a David and Goliath battle. That one is as Brendan Lewis gets the ball there. As he kicked by Farquhar as he gets it down to open space. Mumford leads there for Killarney Vale. Lewis is there also, so is Mansfield. Mumford picks it up and immediately tackles. It's going to be in the back. Free kick goes to Max Mumford. Been a good player for Killarney Vale today.
Yes, he's been solid.
Yeah, Mumford there. And it goes across there now. Doesn't find its mark there, so putting Broadbent under pressure. But he's performed really well, showing great composure as the youngster. As Van Dam gets a handball back to now Flint, who's moved forward. They're just working the ball forward, but Billings has flipped out the back, so Billings gets onto his left boot. He goes out wide. Going out there is Campbell Wilson. Can't take the mark, but he's got enough there. Composure also to get it out there, and he kicks it out of bounds on the full. Once again in front of the Terrigal Avoca faithful, who just remind him that has gone out of bounds on the full, not that he would have already known. So
I wonder if they could, that Killarney Vale could consider getting Redhead back on the ball. He's had a long period of time in the forward line. Might be worth giving it a go at the ruck position, Gary.
It could be an opportunity there as time it goes in there. Thomas kicks up over the back. They got numbers there. White's running back there also in there. Off that is a very, very good goal there. I think that is Corbin Bond, and if it is, it would be a great there. He's actually Corbin Bond ran probably 50 metres to get on the end of that from a half back line. And then on the outside of his boot, we might have a replay of that one there. If we just have talk us through that replay there, Dave.
Yes, Bond got that in a very acute angle and had to rush his kick, and he did it superbly. So here we are on our replay, up to the square. Bond goes out to the side and just outside of his left foot it was. Yeah, superb. Well called, Gary.
Very talented bit of play though. I called him on. He's running back through halfback now. So I watched him run down. He would have run probably 50 to 70 metres to get on the end of that. That is very, very good play by Corbin Bond and a good reward there, and by the defender getting forward. So the further opening the gap there, they got that quick response. Terrigal Avoca to the Killarney Vale's gone. But back it comes there now. Walker, hurry kick forward. The ball seems to be spending a lot of time inside forward 50s. This time Fleming up against Debnan. Need the brigade. Grimmin. Fleming on the left boot he goes, looking for goals, but he's kicked it out wide, out of bounds on the full. A let off there for Killarney Vale.
They're just managing. It's 27 points, Gary, 13 and a half minutes into the third.
Yeah, they certainly 27 points. They try to clear it out now. They need to get it there as Campbell Wilson. Just a clear possession that they need. Sorry, it's Broadbent. Again, Wilson and Broadbent mixed up. But Broadbent looking for Redhead. Pole Glazer showing him a lot more respect than probably what they showed him. They could have been holding the ball there as Green Tree goes to ground, then keeps battling in there. They've got the numbers going back there as Lamb picks it up. Lewis calls for it over the back. Good to see the football in our suburb for once. As Lewis tackled there by Amity. High tackle, free kick going to go the way of Lewis. Free kick against Amity. So Lewis across to Webster. Webster half back. Lead coming from Van Dam. Takes it on right in the centre circle. Handball back to Bishop. The run on game's going at the moment now. Bishop on the left boot. Up they go, working to the front of the pack there. Tom was Ellis. He can't take the mark. There is roving the pack is Lockie White. Handball's back to Grimmin. He's immediately tackled. That's better pressure. Oh, should be a hold tackle there. It's going to be there. Free kick's going to go the way, I think, there of Walker. He handballs it off to Bishop. Bishop on the left boot. I'm not sure that was the option there, but Kingston takes a big grab down there, right on the goal line. Call time on there.
Gary, I'd expect with someone with his skill, I think that Kingston should be able to slot this, even though it is a tight angle. It's the correct side for a right footer.
Yeah, you're on a very acute angle. He'll run around, I reckon, and snap it across his body. Round he goes, snaps it across. Easy goal. Easy goal by Kingston there. Took the good mark. Was then able to go back just around the body. Didn't get flustered at all. We might have an opportunity there just to have a look at the goal again. There he's just there, nice and cool there. Just waiting his moment.
The new 10-metre roll in play there, Gary. Runs out.
Yeah, run out. Kicks a goal. Classy finish. First goal of the day for Kingston. Well, they got 10 goals, have they, Dave?
Yes, Gary, we're at 10 goals, 10-70 Terrigal Avoca to 6-1-37 Killarney Vale. 16 minutes into the third, Gary. 8
individual goal kickers for those 10 goals. Like they had a great spread of goal kickers last week, have done it again today. As this time Amity picks it up, tries to brush the tackle of Fleming, is successful. Now looking out there for Carrick. Lamb gets in front. Carrick has to spoil from behind. Sarich comes in there, and Lamb 2 against 2. Go well run there by Carrick for Killarney Vale. He's going to keep it in there and in for a ball up. Good work that time by I think it's Jordan Carrick there to actually be able to work from behind and nullify the situation. Mitford goes in there. Killarney Vale's going to be a full. Redhead works his way in the front. Should have took the mark there against Harper. He did really well to get in front. Couldn't quite finish the task. As Simpson goes back there now. He's dispossessed there by J-Law. Been very good for Terrigal Avoca today. Oh, Barnard goes without the ball. Lamb picks it up. He's immediately tackled. Barnard in there. Also for Killarney Vale. There's going to be a ball up. Half forward flank. 45 metres around from the Killarney Vale goals. Currently trailing by
33, Gary.
33 points. Thank you very much, Dave. Umpire Ashley Borg. Van Dam in the ruck against Singleton. Fleming there gets a handball. Lamb can't pick it up there, but he gets a kick off the ground. Going there as Farquhar. Tackled immediately there by Lachlan Wilson. Trying to get it out there, so kicked off the ground by Sarich. It's going to fall nicely there by Thomas. Puts his head over the ball. Free kick's going to go there against Taylor. He plays on. Taylor gets it. Fleming, and away they go again. Fleming on the right boot. Kicks it long at the back to Alexander White. It's over the back. There, it's going to be a free kicks paid there to Alexander White for holding. Just good running there.
All set up by a terrific kick by Fleming over here. That was a superb kick to the top of the square and always to Alexander White's advantage, Gary.
And that's probably one thing they've done also, Dave. They've gone more long with the ball. The first quarter, there's a lot of little short stuff, trying to overuse the ball, but now they've actually gone longer and direct, and that's put the Killarney Vale under pressure because they can't get the numbers back there quick enough.
They don't have time, do they, to get themselves set?
They don't. And an open forward line as White. He certainly used his pace. He's going to get him a shot on goal. We're right behind there, stuttering run up. Strikes the ball, doesn't matter. Might have been stuttering run up, but he actually manages to get it through. Alexander White, second goal of the day. He was a Morissette Subway player of the match last week. He's certainly playing well again today. And
had a touch of the Josh Kennedys with his little stuttering run up there, didn't he?
He did have a lot. In the score now, Dave?
11 goals, 10-76 to 6-1-37, Gary.
Thank you very much. And we've been playing
18 minutes.
Yeah, so they're certainly on top of the moment. We just mentioned there, it's their long kicking that's made all the difference. It's really opened up the Killarney Vale defence. And they can't get the ball much in their forward line. They're playing a forward-man forward line at the moment, Killarney Vale. So they've certainly gone into conservation mode at the moment. It's going to be very hard to score there as Billings gets the ball. Comes back there now to Simpson. Lewis is there, goes past him, goes past Carriage. Hart's going to lead Ustav out for the ball. He gets it, handballs back to Lewis. Handballs back to Hart. And away they go. The Panthers back inside forward 50 again. Webster's the target down there, up against Lachlan Wilson. Webster keeps his feet. Wilson goes to ground. Handball out. All running on there is Billings. On the left boot he goes. Kingston, the top of the square. And Kingston takes the mark. He's kicked one. He's going to line up again from 15 metres out. Dave, I want to have a discussion with you about something in a minute.
Certainly, Gary.
After
that was
shot at goal.
Wasn't that a superb spearing pass to Kingston at the top of the square? Classy.
Certainly was. So Kingston, 20 metres out, strikes it well, and he kicks it. His second goal of the day. And they're really, really opening up Killarney Vale at the moment. Dave, what I want to speak to you about, have a look at the setup at the moment. Killarney Vale have got a forward-man forward line. So obviously they've got players behind the ball trying to do that. Every time they get a forward 50, however, they're not going to be able to keep the ball. So the ball is going to spend the majority of time inside Terrigal Avoca's forward 50. Now, I don't care how many players you've got back defensively. If you can't stop the ball coming in, they're just going to see that there. They cleared it then, Terrigal Avoca brought it up, a spearing pass from Billings finds Kingston at the top of the square. You're better off having players, in my books, in front of the ball. Nelson Bay did it last week, and try and get it. So when you get inside forward 50, you've got an opportunity of scoring, because a four-man forward line, they haven't got a hope in hell of scoring against Terrigal Avoca's defence. It's Farquhar now. On the right boot it goes, and the ball is just spending so much time now inside Terrigal Avoca's 50. They will score. If the ball spends all the time in there, they will score.
Yeah, one of the problems with having extra men in defence is that it leaves no one in the forward line. When you do get the football, there's not many options to kick to. Terrigal are smart and have set up a wall behind it, so I couldn't agree with him more, Gary.
But what Terrigal Avoca have actually done, Dave, is they've manned up their loose men. So they haven't even got loose men back in the forward half. So they're not even playing. They've just manned them up there, and they've just been able to create space still. So just extra numbers in there. It's not working for Killarney Vale at the moment. I'd like to see them be attacked, be bold, be aggressive. That's what they were in the first quarter. And they put 5 goals on the board. If they have, with this setup here they've got at the moment, I'm not sure they'll kick another goal as Grimmond on the right, but he goes out of bounds on the full.
I mean, you're looking at at one stage, Killarney Vale were leading 3 goals, 5 to a couple of points, and Terrigal Avoca basically scored 12 or 13 goals unhindered. So it's the portents aren't real good. You'd hope that they end up with 4 or 5, at least 5 forwards, and give themselves an opportunity, Gary. And
this is not something. This is only not a Killarney Vale thing. Everyone seems to does it, which really plays into the hands of Terrigal Avoca, because they're going to run into forward. As Mumford there gets it. There's a classic example. Then had no one there inside forward 50 to kick it to, so he had to do a U-turn to come back. And whether you're beat by 50, 60, 80 or whatever, you might as well be there trying to score and play in an attacking frame of mind, because that's what they did in the first quarter, and it worked for them.
Great calling. Your viewers saw exactly what you were talking about, Gary. Perfect illustration.
As there now, it's going to be Singleton, taps it down there to Mumford, goes into Singleton again, out of bounds. Going to have a boundary throw in, inside forward 50.
Even at the moment, Terrigal's got a man in the slot. Terrigal Avoca's got a man in the slot here, Gary.
Yep.
Killarney Vale cannot basically kick the ball forward. They have to go sideways or kick a long bomb at the moment. So
that's right. There's no hurry there. It's Jared Flint just sitting there at the square. They've got 2 men who are deep there. Not a very good throw in there by Colin, but comes back is there now is Simpson. A hurry kick goes in there. But head over the ball there is Mumford. Tackle made by Sarich. Good strength shown by Mumford there. Hart comes in and lays the tackle also. Lamb is there as well. Good work by Carriage. Gets a left foot into a dangerous area. Misfit if it sits well for them. He gets it. Goes one way, goes another. Oh, I'm not sure that was high.
I thought that was across the chest.
I thought that just pushed him off balance there across the chest.
He was certainly falling to the ground, but I thought it was across here, across the armpits.
Luck of
myself.
fortune, however. They're in a better position than us.
At least Mifsud was going the hard football and had got him first hands on the ball, Gary. Basic 101 of footy, isn't it?
Rewarded for attacking the ball. That was it. Rewarded for it, and he's going to go back. Hopefully he goes back and converts it now. Probably 25 metres out, directly in front. Should be able to kick the goal. So Mifsud, right boot, goes back, and he's kicked the goal. Well done, Josh Mifsud. He converted that. It's his first goal. And another one for Killarney Vale. And after me saying I'm not sure they'll get another goal, they come straight back and get the next one. The old commentator's curse. But well done to the Bombers. Did take a free kick to get it though, Dave.
It did, although, as we said, Mifsud had first hands on the footy.
Not claiming anything against the free kick.
Yes.
But by that way, though, it didn't have a matter of how the setup was. It took the setup out of play.
Gary, Star FM play the music we all love, and they proudly support the Black Diamond AFL.
We all love Star FM. Love
Absolutely.
Them, mate.
Nothing else on my channel.
Yeah, they're on my dial also, mate.
Yep.
Play music from my era, the 2000s. As Ryan Stanton throws the ball in the air, Ellis jumps over the top there. Vustaus is back in the ruck. Amity used his experience there to shark that. Went to ground, however. A lot of numbers around this ball, and there's going to be another ball up. Into time on, Dave, are we?
24 and a half minutes gone.
Almost.
Gary, just like to pick up there, the 2000s, your era? I don't think so, Mr. Birkinshaw.
Well, I think I'm more 2010, that time of era.
No, Gary, I would have thought 80s and 90s might have been your era, Mr. Birkinshaw.
Yeah, you're probably right there. As Brendan Lewis goes long, Singleton's down there over the back. He's going to be Harper. He gets it, goes to good, brushes the tackle of Singleton. Handballs back to Bond. He's got plenty of time. He even does a bit of a juggling act. Handball, Alexander White back to Bond. Left boot, kicked a great goal there on the outside of that left boot. But Brad Edwards is going to pick it up. Handball out to Mumford for Killarney Vale. Inside forward 50 they go again, but it's only going to go back to Bond. And he takes a mark on half-back flank. This time he goes in short to Webster. Webster's now going to swing onto the right boot. Goes out there looking for Sarich. A bit of a lazy kick by Webster there, and Ben Simpson chips in. Singleton wants it long. Is it going to go long? He leads out there, but Hart chips in again. And away they go. They've got numbers out. Here they go. It's going to be Thomas. He then goes in in the corridor. Ellis leads out, takes it strong on the chest. Handballs to Sarich. A training drill at the moment. This one, Sarich goes long. Kingston comes out, takes it on the mark, on the chest. Play on's a call. I'm not sure. Play on.
When was there a touch call? I thought that was straight.
I don't know where he thought that when it went between his, when he sort of grabbed it between his legs. I don't know where the umpire, who was a bit blinded. Where he blindsided from where he was. He might have thought it touched the ground, but he's actually grabbed it between his legs, and a bit of a party trick by Kingston, but probably they got away with one. Killarney Vale there.
Brad hadn't Peter Neville trick that one.
There to Lewis. Lewis has been excellent today for Terrigal Avoca.
Yes,
probably
he has.
As good as probably a three-quarter performer that they've had. As goes out there as Webster, nice kick there, and finds White on the lead again. So Alexander White, good play, but Lewis has certainly been very, very good today.
Yes, he has.
Back to short pass by White to Webster. Even when they weren't going well in the first quarter there, Webster was the one who was still there standing tall across half back.
Yes.
Lewis, Lewis was. So
Lewis, Bishop, Grimmond.
Yeah, Bishop got him. Grimmond started well, just faded away a little bit now. Bishop's come into the game. He got him back into the game along with Ellis in the second quarter. Webster's got better as the game's gone on. But he's going to go back there now. He's going to go line up for goal number 3. Not his best kick. He's not going to make the distance. Kingston comes out and falls there nicely, and that might be, I think that's Alexander White, is it? Who passed it to Webster. And that's the third quarter in a row they've got a goal right on the siren. And I think it is Alexander White.
Okay. I must admit I was obscured, Gary, from our distance away.
Yeah, no, it is Alexander White. It was either him or his brother, and his brother's just coming out from the bench. So that's goal number 3 for Alexander White. And at three-quarter time, the score, 14 goals. Just getting White to come on there.
Alex White. The joys of live scoring, ladies and gentlemen.
So it's 14.9.93, leading Killarney Vale 7.1.43. Goal kickers, Dave?
Certainly. Jack Rimond 1, James Webster and Kurt Fleming and Braden Kingston 2 each. Peter Van Dam 1, Braden Thomas and Corbin Bond singles, and 3 to Alexander White. For Killarney Vale, we have 3 to Aaron Redhead, 2 to Josh Mifsud, 1 to Josh Mifsud, 1 to Bryce Singleton, 1 to Brad Edwards.
Yeah, so a 50-point margin. They've certainly taken control of the game now as Terrigal Avoca, as brave as Killarney Vale are. Just the onslaught is just a bit too much for them at the moment. So we've got 1 quarter to go. We'll be back in a couple of minutes with the final quarter.
Just some scores for you, ladies and gentlemen, and just as the hurdles are finished for 3/4 time. Here at Hilton Moore Oval, it's Terrigal Avoca 13-10 to Killarney Vale 7-1. Cardiff and Newcastle and Warners Bay having a great game of footy. Cardiff 9-5-59, Warners Bay 8-7-55. Up at Nelson Bay, Newcastle City 10-15-75 to Nelson Bay 3-5-23. First Division, Wyong Lakes 10-12-72 to Lake Macquarie 5-1-31. Singleton and Newcastle City having a great battle. Singleton 9-4-58 to Newcastle City 7-4-46. And in the final game in First Division, it's Maitland 11-3-69. Good shooting with Cardiff 5-8-38. Gary.
Thank you very much there, Dave. We've got a final score there. I think it's come in from Wyong Lakes in First Division, Dave.
We do. So at full time, Wyong Lakes have 12-17-89. Have defeated Lake Macquarie 6-2-38. Gary?
Excellent. Good win there by Wyong Lakes in a good contest. So, and a good contest we've had here also. It's the score hasn't been changed. They've still got it as 14-9. We reckon it's 13-10. 5, 7, 8. I've only got 13.
I've got.
Yeah, we'll go with 88-43. 13. Yeah, I've only got the 13 as well. So we'll go with that. 13-10-88 to 7-1-43. So just really got on top at the moment. And as I said, in the last quarter, what I'd like to expect, I'd like to see Killarney Vale really, take it to go attacking. They've got 5 forwards to start with. They've got 6 forwards. So there's a good starting point there straight away by Killarney Vale. They're going to go out on the attack. Let's try and kick some goals. If I'm Scott Reed, I'm saying to them, we've got 7. We need to get to 12. That's
a good target.
Yeah.
And that means they'll play enterprising football, Gary, instead of being negative.
That's right. And that gets more Terrigal Avoca players out of their forward line. Try and even up. As Oosterhouse goes to the ruck against Ellis, who's Polglaze back in the ruck, there. As Josh Mifsud picks it up. On the right boot, he goes. So it's going to be the first inside 50. He's going to go Killarney Vale's way. Going back there, I think that is Manfield who picked it up. He goes to Grant. Sorry, it was Curtis. Goes back to, I think that might be Webster on the right boot. There it is. But Dane Amity across half-back's going to take that mark. So Amity now called to play on the left boot he goes. Well, over the head that time was Curtis, who's sitting at the back there. They've got the numbers in Farquhar. Back it comes to Lewis. Lewis on the right boot goes in the direction there of White. He's under pressure from Edwards, but they've got the numbers back. Picking up this time, he hasn't got the ball there as full, so should have got a free kick. Sam Ellis picks it up, the handballs it out to White. He leaves Lachlan Wilson in the race, but White on the right boot he goes. Plenty of time there. Good use of the body that time by Pete Van Dam. Deep in the pocket there. He did not give Will Broadbent any opportunity to get the ball. Good use of the body. In saying that, though, I reckon there's 16 years experience, between Pete Van Dam and Will Broadbent. Will playing his first game. Pete's played over 200.
15 and 1, Gary, and make up your 16?
Yes.
Kicking into whatever breeze is there at the moment.
It'll be a good kick from there. I reckon to go to the top of the square. He does. Billings coming in. He's got to sit there. A bit of lazy work by Cartwright. He just went to sleep there, allowed Billings too easy to get in front of him, and it gave him a free jump at the board. So Billings now, he hasn't kicked the goal yet, so he will become goal kicker number 9 for their 14 goals.
Again, Chris Bishop will be happy with the even spread, Gary, as you mentioned earlier.
Corey Billings, left boot, strikes the ball. He goes down with cramp. He's got the goal, though. And first goal of the last quarter goes to Terrigal Avoca. First goal of the day for Corey Billings. 14-10-94, 7-1-43.
Pullman Magenta Shores Resort is an exceptional 5-star resort set on 52 acres on the New South Wales Central Coast. Nestled between the pristine waters of the Pacific Ocean, Tuggerah Lakes and surrounded by National Park, this resort has been designed to complement its spectacular location. This luxurious resort by Accor Hotels has been designed to offer guests everything: impeccable service, amazing on-site facilities, sophisticated dining options, modern villa-style accommodation and spectacular event spaces. Also a proud BDAFL partner of the Run Against Violence program, Gary. Yeah, they certainly are. Run Against Violence program was on ABC program Compass last Sunday night. Very, very inspiring story. I suggest you go to the website, go to YouTube and type in Iceberg. Have a look at the trailer. It is very well worth a look, and a great job done by Kiralee Deer in her Run Against Violence. As Killarney Vale now looking to go forward into there as Bond picks it up, brushes off Dedman there, and he gets a handball to Fleming. He gets it just as he's tackled there by the Killarney Vale defender or forward player who actually laid the tackle. Farquhar can't get the handball away. Jack Grimman gets it along the boundary line, but he keeps it in field looking for Lewis, but over his head it goes. It looks like that's Curtis who's taken the mark. So Daniel Curtis on the right boot, kicks it out there, but Hart, not the good kick there for Singleton. And James Hart gets it. Handballs to Fleming, and out they go again. It heads out to Thomas. Thomas on the right boot, goes in short there. Mark taken out there by Walker. Walker kicks it out towards the wing. They've been a bit more direct than that, but Webster's got it there. He's going to run around Oosterhouse. On the right boot he goes. In there looking for Lewis, and Lewis takes a mark. A lot of attacking forays have gone through Lewis's hands across our back. That is probably his worst kick of the day, however, and it falls in the hands of Ben Simpson. So Simpson for Killarney Vale, chips it in short there to Brendan Lewis. Not the best kick there for him, so allows Farquhar to come in. Lewis goes back there again. He throws that ball out there to Walker. Walker just hurries it forward there to Kingston. He's get there, shows a clean pair of heels, but good pressure there by Cartwright. But it goes back there to Thomas. He goes in short there for White. He's in front of Edwards. White uses his pace, goes round one, gives it back in. Well done. Good play there by Cartwright. I might have been critical of Cartwright 5 minutes ago when he allowed Billings to make up, but full credit there to Daniel Cartwright. He stuck at that all the time and prevented what was going to be a dangerous kick in there. So well done to Daniel Cartwright. Very good commitment.
A boundary throw, still a dangerous area, however, as Van Dam taps it over the back there. Cartwright goes again. Probably could have got a free kick for a high tackle, but he gets a hurry kick out, and Jackson Farquhar goes back, takes the mark. On the right boot he goes. Fleming's his target. Over his head it goes. Josh Mitford's running in there, and Josh Polglaze is going to tackle him. Mitford picks it up. Handball the back to Barnard. Goes one way, goes the other. On the left boot, probably could have went in short there to Mumford, but it sits there nicely. Well done. That time there by Carrick. Back it comes to Mumford. He's got Mifsud out there if he wants to use him, and he does. Mifsud takes a mark. Very heavy the ground on the legs at the moment. Just seem to be going up and down in the one spot. So Mifsud on the right boot, he goes. A good pass there to Carrick, who's run on. On the left boot he goes, but it's not a very, very good kick, and Harper marks. There he had James Hart standing alongside him. But away they go out there now, and it's going to be Grimond. Through back pocket he goes, over half back, finds Walker, who takes the mark in front of Brendan Lewis. Right on the half back flank, far side of the ground. He looks in short to Hart, who's run on from fullback. Good play by Hart. Kicked the first goal of the year for Terrigal Avoca. He's been in defence just about ever since. Dave?
Yes, I'm sure that goal went to 70 or 80 metres at times last Saturday night, Gary, being the first goal kick of the season.
Yes, Carrick there he turns it over, but he's tackled, holding the ball. Didn't really know what he was going to do there. Gets a pat on the back there by Corey Billings, who then can't run in and pick up the ball. Handballs it off. A good running there. That is strong running by Thomas. On the left boot he goes, looking for Kingston. Under pressure from Cartwright. It's going to allow Pete Van Dam to pick it in. Goes back to Kingston. On the right boot he goes. He has a shot at goal.
Wow.
We've spoken about how classy he is. He's spoken about that, and that time he just showed it, and he kicked his third goal. So he's been on our highlights reel today as Braden Kingston. We both think he'd be better suited through the midfields. We just have a look at this now as a very good finish by there. The kick comes in there by Thomas.
Tight
Pete
angle.
Van Dam's going to lead out, picks it up, gets it out there to Kingston off one or two steps on a fairly acute angle, straight through the middle. Good play there by Braden Kingston. And that is goal number 3 for Kingston. We've got that as goal number 15.
We do. 15, 10, 100, Gary, despite what live scoring says.
To
7-1-43 Killarney Vale, Gary.
And we've been playing...
just over 7 minutes, Gary.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thanks, mate. You're doing a great job there. As Josh Polglaze to Webster, back to Bishop again. On the left boot, he comes out. This should be Edwards' ball, and Edwards takes the mark for Killarney Vale. Been solid in defence today, as Edwards hasn't been outstanding. Was very good early, as most of the Killarney Vales were. But just the plenty of ball coming in as he goes in short there now. Standing and waiting for that ball was Simpson. Under pressure as Thomas. Polglaze short there now. It's Kingston looking for goal number 4. Edwards gets there. He goes back there now to, I think that's Walker, across the face. White's in there. Also is Cartwright, and White too big, too strong.
Lovely hands.
Certainly was, and White has kicked 3, so he's going to go back for goal number 4. Just too tall then.
He was. He also had the front position, and he used it well.
Yeah, and they always say as the day gets harder, because the ground is very lush, so very taxing on the legs. They slow down, but they don't get any shorter, Dave.
No.
So White, kick 3 today. Got this stuttering run, but doesn't affect him because he gets very, very good balance when he kicks the ball. And Alexander White is finishing off a very, very good day. He's now got 4 goals on the ball, started on the wing, now playing more up forward. And another good result for him, and another good goal for Terrigal Avoca.
In 2016, Prime 7 has every big game live and free. Coverage includes 4 games every round on 7 Mate, including Friday and Saturday night and Sunday afternoons. Black Diamond AFL and Prime 7, your local AFL team, Gary.
Yeah, so 16-10-106, 7-1-43. So it's a 63-point margin there. We've been playing almost 9 minutes of the last quarter. So margin's starting to grow a little bit now, but look, take nothing away from Killarney Vale. They've been very, very impressive today. Once again, just the experience of the key players for Terrigal Avoca has just got them over the line, and just more depth across the field. But very, very encouraging signs for Scotty Reid, no doubt about that, as they come across some of the other side, who are probably, they're going to be battling with for a finals berth, but a finals berth 70 is not out of their ranges. Debnan gets there, tackled this time by Flint, but Lewis is going to come in there. Jay Lewis again. He gets it, goes one way, goes another. Handball's over his head for Ellis. Singleton's going to come in and try and tackle him, but Ellis is able to brush his off. A horrible looking kick there, but Bishop there makes it turn out all right. Swings around onto the right boot. Out it comes out there to Webster. He's still running strongly. the three-time Elliot Davey medal. 1 bounce, 2 bounce. Is he going to line up? He does line up. He does. He kicks it. Goal number 4-3. Sorry for James
behind,
Webster.
Gary. Might be behind.
Oh, he's just hit the post, has he? No, he's missed it. So we'll take all that back.
Yes, Gary.
Mate, my eyes are deceiving me. There's a mark there. Take my flint. No, call play on there. So he goes in short now, and they're just running now. Walker, they're running over the top. They've got the ball in their hands. It's easier running when you've got the ball
Oh, yeah.
than when you haven't got it. Goes in short now, and Grimman takes the mark.
He was the player in the first part of the game, Gary, that actually kept Terrigal Avoca going. Yeah. He really was. Handball
back to Lewis. If he kicks a goal, it'll be a fitting end. But he's not, because he was beating the other. He's probably been, I reckon he's been their best player, Jay Lewis, and Grimman was certainly very good early.
16-12-108 to 7-1-43, Gary, at the moment.
Excellent. Been playing nearly 11 minutes in the final term. Any update on the Cardiff Warners Bay score there, Dave? It's the other close game
Gary.
we've got going at the moment.
Back to you shortly. Having problems with live scoring here at the moment, so
okay,
just I'll potter away.
Oh, he goes in short there. They'll take it behind. All clear. So we'll start again. Lewis is going to bring the ball back into play. Goes one way, goes another. They've really got it set up. This is what Nelson Bay had trouble last week against Terrigal Avoca, was bringing the ball back in from their deep defensive line. Edwards has got the responsibility at the moment. They need the target to go down. Goes there to the flank there. Misford goes back in there and takes marks. The smallest one player on the ground. Play on's a call. He goes in short there now. They're really having trouble, and Edwards takes the mark. He's going to play on quickly. Goes in there. Amity's going to be his target. Darling's there also. Darling's balls it. Harper's down in front of the pack. Amity goes over the top. Grimman's going to pick it up. Gets a quick handball to Lewis on the fly. On the right, but he goes out wide. They're playing the expanses. Have hit their home ground really well. A spearing pass comes in from Thomas. Finds Kingston. Running along there is Ellis. He's got the height on Edwards. Up goes Ellis. It goes over the back. Edwards is there. Ellis, Van Dam. They've got the numbers. Good tackle there by unlucky play by Brad Edwards there. He had him held up, tackled around, but he actually just spun him around. He's able to get the ball on his foot, and Pete Van Dam able to get his second goal of the day.
And Gary, we have a final score from Feehan Park by the look of this. Cardiff have got up by 22 points.
No, still going. That's still going in the fourth quarter there. It's 12-5-77 for Cardiff.
To 8-7.
55.
Apologies, everybody.
That's all right. No worries, mate. All good there. Pete Van Dam gets his second goal. And we're back in the centre of the ground again. As up they go. Redhead back in the ruck there. He's going to get it there. He started with 3 goals in the first quarter. Been virtually shut out of the game since then, but he's got that one, but he kicks it long. And James Hart, though, he's got to take the mark. Hart goes out wide off the side of the boot of Scrubby. Looking kick out of bounds for a boundary throw in. Far side of the ground there. Right in front of the Terrigal Avoca lower grade players. Certainly great support here. Great support for Terrigal Avoca. The opening of their new ground. Also their 40th anniversary celebrations. Great reward for the club. They've certainly been one of the powers, first of all in the Central Coast AFL, and also now in the Black Diamond AFL. They've won 4 premierships in the Black Diamond AFL, 3 of the last 4 years, and they also won the first premiership in the Black Diamond AFL, which was Black Diamond AFL was formed in 2000 with the merger of the Central Coast AFL and Newcastle AFL, and it's just gone from strength to strength. And Terrigal now are certainly one of the powerhouses. They go out wide to the back pocket, and it's going to be Alexander White. He goes in short looking for Grimman. Pressure's going to be applied there by Taylor, but Grimman takes a strong mark. Handballs it off to Bishop, who's running past. Harper, he's going to get a handball back to Alexander White. Back to Jack Grimman. Played advantage there as Bishop was tackled after. He goes in short there. Darling's his target. Angus Darling looks in short there. Farquhar takes a strong mark in the centre square. He's looking to play on quickly. Gets a handball off. It comes to Lewis. Lewis on a short pass there. Good intercept by Mifsud just in front of Webster. But Webster's the first one to get back on his feet. He goes back to Jay Lewis. He's in there looking for Van Dam. Good spoil there by Campbell Wilson. He then gang tackled there is Van Dam, and we're going to have a ball up right on the 50-metre arc, almost directly in front. Terrigal Avoca's into the ground. It's the Panthers at the moment, totally in control, leading at the moment by...
Still having problems with the live scoring. Sorry, everybody.
By 67 points at the moment, as we're back on the centre wing. Kicks it up there. Bishop's going to take a mark there. He drops a mark that you normally take. You don't see that very often, but Carrick's now is going to pick it up and try and take advantage. He goes long. They got the numbers back here. Singleton flies. Also there, he stays on his feet. Good work by Jim Hart, or by Jared Flint, sorry. Sarich gets a handball back to Jared Flint. Well done. Good play by the defender. Goes, looks at the boundary line. Redhead's going to be there. So also is Debnan. Fierce attack on the ball there by Corbin Bond. There's going to be a boundary throw in. Redhead is still on the ground there. Just a fierce attack on it. There's Corbin Bond. Amity throws it back in there. Comes back. I think that might be Mumford is there. Goes in there. Forward line there. They can't. Just as they get tied there, their skills just fall a little bit. Lewis throws the ball to himself. But go back, they just got numbers there of Terrigal Avoca as Grimmett handballs the Bishop and through the centre they'll go again. He's out there, Webster and Mifsud going over the back there, calls him out, is Van Dam. He's got a Webster, keeps running on, they're looking for him. Smothered off the boot by Mifsud, good work of the use of the mark there. Josh Polglaze picks it up. He then swings around the bottom of the big U-turn, kicks it up in the air. Lewis comes out, oh, courageous play there, that time by Farquhar. Handball over the top, Farquhar gets it back to him. Lock, Alexander White comes in, and he's kicked it, has he? Alexander White, goal number 5. Great play by Alexander White, but great play by the Terrigal Avoca there. Jackson Farquhar certainly was very, very influential in that bit of play. He was able then to get that out there as we look there now. The score, you go the score, Dave.
Yes, the score, Gary. I've flicked over to the phone and it's working perfectly. Terrigal Avoca 18-13, 1-2-1. Killarney Vale 7-1-43.
Very good work there, Dave. Excellent. We've been going almost 17 minutes. So, look, good play there. That's just sheer weight of numbers now.
Good voice there from White too, wasn't it, Gary? He was calling for the ball for 5-6 seconds. He really wanted it. His teammate hit him, laces up, and away he went. Certainly
was. At the moment, Campbell Wilson's just gone down. Just hurt his ankle there in that contest. We're in the middle now. Polglaze in the ruck against Max Mumford. Polglaze gets a handball out as Fleming picks it up. He's been very good also in that second quarter. So they go in short there, but falling up there is going to be, that time there, taking that mark there is Daniel Curtis. Campbell Wilson's coming up. He's being helped around the boundary line, so hopefully he'll be okay as Dane Amity now takes the mark on the half-back line. He kicks it long. Oosterhouse is going to be his target. Lewis is right up against him. They take it to the boundary line. Oosterhouse picks it up immediately, tackled by Lewis, but the boundary line is too close. And we're going to have a boundary throw-in. Right on the far side of the ground, we're approaching time on. The sun's gone behind the clouds. A bit of relief from the warm weather, but a beautiful day for football. And it's been a really good game of football very early on. Killarney Vale certainly had the advantage. They really put it to the Panthers, but Panthers showed their class by first of all getting their hands on the football, and then they'll be able to overrun and record what's going to be a pretty convincing win. As Curtis gets it out, as Fleming there's dispossessed of the ball. Going in hard there, the Bombers still working at it, keeping it in there. Amity's going to get it as it comes out, immediately tackled that time by Farquhar. His tackling in the last few minutes has been bulldog-like. They're still ferocious in there. Amity goes on top of Farquhar and they're going to have a ball up. On centre wing, far side of the ground. Terrigal Avoca in control at the moment.
Yes, they
leading
are.
by 78 points. Killarney Vale going there looking for another goal of Killarney Vale. They've got 8 so far. 7? 8.
7-1.
7-1. It's Harper. He kicks it long there, and Lewis again. Been superb. There's Jay Lewis.
Just about the best player on the ground, Gary. He's certainly been in contention for the Subway Morissette Best on Ground Award.
He certainly will be. There's a good kick there, and Webster certainly got better. After being held early, he's certainly come into his own after half-time, and Kingston certainly showing plenty. He's covering more ground now. He looks at pass in there. Van Dam certainly been a valuable acquisition back into the side. Handball at Killarney Vale now as Mifsud's going to pick it up. He goes out there. Barnard should take it. He should go, but he drops it. It's going to allow the Terrigal Avoca through White, who's also been Very, very good play. Kicked 5 goals, so here's a chance to go back-to-back as well. As Brendan Lewis, the skipper for Killarney Vale, has also been classy, and he's fighting Mumford, who also has been solid for Killarney Vale.
Mumford has. He's been very good.
Not sure the choice of kick there, though.
On the barrel.
The old barrel, mark that and call yourself a forward. But good play that time by, it's a handball coming from Calvin Bond. But kick goes up there. Simpson's up there against Harper, but too big again, and they run it out. As soon as the mark's taken, they're off. Bishop, Fleming, Lewis alongside, but Fleming's going to run. He immediately kicks it there to Lockie White. He's come off the bench there on centre wing there. His brother calls for it short. Ben Lamb calls for it longer, but inboard they go there to Walker. Dale Walker on the centre wing. They've still got plenty of run. Van Dam makes the lead. Webster calls for it on the flank. Good pass there, and Webster's going to take it. Webster had the ball on the far flank not long ago. Even though we're deep into the game, his running ability and running power doesn't diminish. That's what makes him a standout from the others, Dave.
Yes, Gary. Skills and aerobic fitness.
There he goes there, right across the ground, and there's a perfect example there. Look at that fine. Jared Flint drops a mark he should have taken, but he's got plenty of time to get it off to Sarich. Sarich there, Ben Lamb's gone there, but Brendan Lewis leads him to the ball, and Lewis takes a mark in the back pocket for Killarney Vale. He goes in short there now, and that mark is taken by Mansfield. Jono Mansfield on the left boot. He goes over there looking for Lockie Wilson. Goes over his head and allows Mumford to take the mark. Half back flank. Mumford looking out there. Good work taken this time out there by, not sure who that one actually is. We'll play on them. But they're going forward there, and Mark, no, just drops a mark, so they've got numbers there. Terrigal 1, 2, 3, but Singleton's going to lay a tackle there. And it's going to be a ball up. Between forward flank and forward pocket. Killarney Vale's end of the ground. Not long to go now. We're deep in the throws. 21 minutes gone, the final term.
Might have been Mifsud that took that ball earlier on, Gary, from this distance.
Could have been. As Bishop handball it through past Lewis. White goes in there, also in there as Amity. White picks it up. Gee, he's got good skills, good pace, able to allows him to evade and get out of pack position. It's Kingston and Lewis. That was a good battle there. Well done down there by Taylor. He gets it down there. Lockie Wilson kicks it on the right boot. Up they go there. Bishop spoils from behind. Goes to Sarich. A hurry kick there. It's all Killarney Vale there. There's going to be Edwards. Brad Edwards on the right boot he goes. Goes in short there to Brendan Lewis. Back at 1-2. It comes back to Edwards. Right boot spearing past to Singleton. Good play by the Bombers. When the ball stays in the right hands, Edwards, Lewis, Edwards spearing past to Singleton. Very, very good play. 2
minutes ago you were into them quite right about a terrible barrel or ordinary barrel. That was perfect football. Great kick. Forwards love running onto those, Gary.
And that's, you can sum that up perfectly at Killarney Vale. We'll just watch Singleton have this shot at goal. Kick one. Left boot strikes the ball. How's it looking there? Just to the left. But what I'll talk about there was Killarney Vale. It probably sums up where they at, where Scotty Reed's at the moment. They've got some really high-class players, some of the better players in the league, and then they've got young kids who are still learning their craft. So it's going to take a lot of time with them, and whenever the ball can stay in the hands of the good players, they look really good. So, but it's going to take time. 4 or 5 classy players to come back into the side. Hopefully next week for Scotty Reed will give them that more depth. Yes. And I think they've got next week. They're up against. They play Nelson Bay out at Don Small Oval. So that'll be a good contest there. Terrigal Avoca, they will head to Tulkema Park to take on Cardiff.
Yes.
And the other game will have Newcastle City. We're playing Warners Bay at Feehan Park. So Killarney Vale now, if they can get those players back and build on the confidence here, because they haven't been poor today by any means. They don't take, the scoreboard has not been a true reflection of the game.
Yes.
If you go back and have a look at the first quarter and a half, they really put it to them. But once again, the class just sort of come into it. So certainly plenty to work with Scotty Reed. From Terrigal Avoca, Chris Bishop certainly got a lot to work with as well. They're playing nowhere near their best football at the moment. Their skill level's not quite there. They had a bit of a slowish pre-season. I think you win back-to-back premiership. It takes a bit to get the boys motivated. But they've had to work very hard for their 2 wins so far. So they'll benefit from that. But back to the footy now. As back they come, Brendan Lewis goes up there with was Walker. Lockie White goes in there, and it's going to be out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Yes, that Cardiff game next week's been moved to Toralba, hasn't it, Gary?
Yeah, it has been moved to Toralba. There's that short boundary thrown there to Ellis. Kick in short there, Pete Van Dam. Good work, still courage by Debnam. Goes in there even late in the game. I think going down there was Foster. He's gone up there. I think he got caught in that as a siren sounds. And Kurt Fleming's going to go back. And Terrigal, Avoca, quite ironic. Just a stat here. They've had a shot at after the siren in the second quarter and the final quarter. And they've kicked the goal right on the siren in the first and the third. So Kurt Fleming's going to go back there. I know that's a stat that everyone wanted to know. But Fleming's going to go back. Fleming has kicked 2 back-to-back goals in that second quarter. Got them when they really desperately needed them. So Fleming comes in. He will come in. He's still coming. Strikes the ball. He's not going to make it through. So the final score here at Hilton Moore Oval, it is Terrigal, Avoca 18-13, 121 have defeated Killarney Vale 7-2, 44.
Okay, goal kickers, Gary. Alexander White, very prominent, 5 goals. Brayden Kingston, 3. Doubles to James Webster, Kurt Fleming, Peter Van Dam. Singles to Jack Grimond, Brandon Thomas and Corbin Bond. 4 Killarney Vale, 3 in the first quarter to Aaron Redhead, then singles to Josh Mifsud, Bryce Singleton and Brad Edwards, Gary. Yeah,
look, very, very good there. As we just quickly run through some of the better players, Dave, I think we'll start with Killarney Vale. We mentioned them pretty well. Brendan Lewis was pretty good. Dane Amity. Aaron Redhead kicked 3 goals, started very well, but went out of the game. I thought Josh Mifsud was probably one of their best players, if not their best player. Edwards was very good. Brad Edwards also very good. Will Broadbent, very, very impressive in his debut. And look, overall, it was a pretty credible performance by Killarney Vale. For Terrigal, Avoca, yeah, you can look at the players who kept him in the game early. I thought Jack Grimond was very good early, kept them going. But then when the game had to be won, I thought Chris Bishop and Sam Ellis certainly were the key players in that one. Webster got into the game after half-time. Alexander White kicked 5 goals. I thought Kingston showed plenty of class, and their defence once again held up pretty strong with Hart, Flint, and also down there was Harper. I thought Brandon Thomas showed plenty on debut, but I think the Subway man of the match, I think, were the player who stood out for 4 quarters, used the ball really well, and I think was a thoroughly winner, and that is number 9 for Terrigal, Avoca in Jay Lewis. Dave?
Couldn't agree more. Great choice, Gary.
Yep, so very good there. So look, a hard-fought win, no doubt about that by Terrigal, Avoca, and I just think we got a couple of final scores there, have we, Dave?
A couple of final scores, yes. We have Cardiff have got home over Warners Bay in the Black Diamond Cup. Cardiff 12-6-78 and Warners Bay 9-7-61. So a good solid 17-point win to Cardiff. They'll be wrapped after struggling in week 1, Gary, so they've come back hard. Of course, here Terrigal, Avoca 18-13, 1-2-1 to Killarney Vale 7-2-44. Just chasing up a couple other scores at the moment, Gary.
We haven't got an updated score coming back there from
Nelson Bay.
From Nelson Bay. We've only got a 3/4 time score, which is 118-42. But also we got a result there from Singleton and Newcastle City. Singleton defeated Newcastle City in first division. It was Singleton 86 defeated Newcastle 56. So 13-8-86 to 8-8-56. So a good win there by Singleton. And the Maitland score there. We're just trying to get Maitland Cardiff while we're coming up from there before we finish our coverage. And at the moment it's Maitland 14-7-91. Beat Cardiff 8-10-58. So a good win there for Maitland after their loss last week. So Newcastle City, Cardiff, Terrigal, Avoca, the big winners here in round 2 of the BLK Black Diamond Cup. And I would just like to finish the coverage, Dave. I would like to thank you today for your efforts. Also to Wilson Security, who sponsor the Bar TV Match of the Week. Also to the camera crew and Isaac, the producer for Bar TV. They're certainly the best in the business. Next week, we are at Fegan Park, where we're going to see Warners Bay take on Newcastle City. So we'll look forward to that. But I'm Gary Birkinshaw, on behalf of the commentators and crew, wish you all the best. And it was Terrigal, Avoca, too strong today in the local derby. Thank you.
Car 33, proceed to level 2, check on its service.
Command, this is car 33. I'm going on my break.
We have a visual.
Real Guys, Real Sport, Bar TV.